Okay, so yeah, here we go. Let me just pull up the chat box. Like I want to be able to see the chat box. Pull up the chat box. Like I want to be able to see the chat box. Pull up the chat box. Okay, y'all let me know if my audio is clear. Y'all let me know. I'm trying to stream on both these channels. Really, I haven't streamed on this channel in like forever. I haven't streamed on the other channel forever. I'm mostly on the borrowed channel, but I decided I would try to simulcast because I know some people on my other channel, they've been kind of asking for me to come back. I do want to make it known I am not back on YouTube full time. I am primarily on Patreon. If you would like to see my content, because I really only go live on YouTube once a week, if you want to see my content, you would have to subscribe to my Patreon. There's different tiers, so it's affordable for whoever wants to come on there. Did you guys say there's an echo? There shouldn't be one now. Yeah, there shouldn't be an echo now because all of the streams are muted, so there shouldn't be an echo. But let me pull up the main stream on. Give me a second. I gotta pull up this stream on my phone because when I share the screen with you guys, I'm not gonna be able to see your comments. And y'all know I gotta go watch that panel that Themis is doing because I gotta hear what a good man is. So I'll be over there. Sorry, y'all. Okay, here is this one. So I'll put it up on two different phones. Okay, so I got this one. Y'all bear with me. I'm just pulling these up, the chat box up. Let me pull this other one up.
Will you also post a link to these into the Sister Talk so that I can share them?
Yeah. Yeah, give me a second. Hey, Khadijah. I haven't seen you in a minute, girl. Khadijah, I'm gonna have to text you and catch up, see how you been. Assuming your number is the same. Hey, Ivy. Oh, DJ said you don't hear an echo. Yeah, I know there was in the beginning. There was an echo. But I don't think there's an echo now. Okay, so now I got both live streams pulled up so I can respond to both chat boxes. Because we are going to be getting into this. We got some stuff to go over if we have time. So I got the book here that I told y'all that I was going to get. For the people who are coming over from Patreon, you know that I told y'all I was going to get this book. When we had time, we were going to read over this book. But we do got a bunch of Diddy updates. We should be able to get into it. We have some Diddy news, some bandits terrorizing. A bandit is saying Black China done put hands, feet, and swelled up his face. So we're gonna get into that. Cardi B had some last words. They probably ain't her last words. Ella, you probably haven't seen Cardi B and Offset's big old blowout all over the internet dragging each other.
I have not. Please let's view it.
Oh, it's too much to view, but I'll give you the clip notes first. It's too much because Cardi B got a slew of videos. Basically, they're just divorcing, and the divorce is like super messy. Basically, that's basically where it's at. It's super messy. They're kind of like just dragging each other. Hold on, I have to stop my camera really quickly. I have to put this air starting on me because get my little fan and put it on me. Yeah, but basically they're just out here dragging each other. For the most part, Offset saying Cardi B had sex with another man while she was pregnant. They're basically just messy drama. So Cardi B came back with, let me show y'all this last tweet that I forgot because she made a tweet. So let me go ahead and share this screen with y'all really quickly. And let's see, where's my, here we go. So she had this post right here. And it says, "You cheated on me years after years, my nigga. The only difference is you got caught, I didn't.
Wow.
You wouldn't." It says you would be even more butthurt if you knew the relationship me and Takeoff had before he passed. Rest in peace to the only real nigga from the group. I miss those nights.
Wow. Okay.
So Cardi B out for blood at this point.
Yeah, she is. She's like, I've been cheating the whole time too. You were just too stupid to find out.
Yeah, we know Cardi B is out for blood at this point. So we'll just see how messy this gets. Obviously, we'll be commenting on it as it unfolds. But I want to run through some of these topics because I really do want to read some of this book and we can decide for ourselves if we think this is fake or not. There's a lot going around that's been said about this book. It is a bestseller right now on Amazon. That's where I got it from. It is a bestseller already on Amazon. But a lot of people are saying that it's fake. Al B. Shore alluded to it being fake. He didn't come right out and say it was fake. Diddy's kids, Quincy and them, they came out and said their mother wasn't writing a book. I don't know why Kim Porter would tell her sons, even if she was writing a book. So it kind of just sounds like Kim Porter, because there's been talks about her writing a book, but a lot of people are saying this is not it. I do agree with Al B. Shore that if she did have a book and it was uncovered, I do think it would be in FBI custody being used as evidence. But this was supposed to be based off her diary. These are supposed to be her diary, not a book. These are supposed to be her diary. In which case, why would her sons know about her diary?
Right.
I mean, I just don't understand it. But in any event, let's go through some of these because there's a comment section on one of these posts that I want to show y'all about these men, because I'm telling y'all these men are out here unhinged. And I think women largely aren't taking it as seriously as they should be. But men are definitely out here being basically losing it. But this right here was a fascinating post to me. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Let me get my speaker up really quickly because I want to make sure y'all can hear this. Because this situation right here really threw me with this bandit here, and y'all about to see why. 100%. So give me one second. Because
it's not found. Ready to connect. Connected to LA56 and SS4.
Yeah, you don't have to run out the type of speaker I have, lady. Okay, so let me share this screen. Y'all gotta get over this bandit. I'm telling y'all, this bandit like threw me for a complete loop. Because I don't think I've seen a Rochi Bow bandit like this. But y'all about to see what bandit I'm talking about.
The Rochi?
He's Rochi. I'm about to show you. Okay,
I can't see it. It's too small. I need to watch it on my computer, not on my thing. That's why I
Yeah,
asked you.
I think you want to watch it on your computer. So this is the Roachy Bandit here. It says an inmate crawled like Spider-Man. I say he crawled like a roach across the floor in an attempt to grape a sleeping woman.
Oh wow.
This is right in front of the sheriff's desk. I want y'all to take note of this sheriff here and this Roachy Bandit right here, roaching around on the floor to go violate a woman. Let's listen to the news clip.
It shows an inmate crawling undetected over to the female side of the jail in Maricopa County. Stop the video here, but it shows him getting behind a woman who was asleep and lowering his pants. Court records say another female inmate yelled for him to get off her. Officers heard the commotion. They ran over and detained him. The incident is being called the first of its kind in the county. And that suspect had been arrested earlier in the week for allegedly assaulting 2 women near Arizona State University's campus. Been released the next day when police say he assaulted 3 more women in the same place, which is when he was taken back to jail. When questioned about this latest incident, he told investigators he crawled like a spider, drawn to the woman's appearance, and confessed that he intended to rape the victim. He's now facing additional charges. The facility is now looking into the security breach. It shows an inmate.
Why is this Roachy Bandit not facing additional charges? I do need to know that.
Oh, they didn't say he wasn't. He wasn't facing
Yeah, they
additional.
said he's not facing additional charges.
Yeah, that's weird. That's hella weird.
This
Like
is a
attempted rape is the
jail.
thing.
He was arrested for sexually assaulting 2 women. He's in jail, and he roaching around on the floor so he can go get a 3rd victim. But they'll say this is propaganda. They'll say there's a war on these bandits. It kind of seems like there should be. When you slithering around on the floor like a roachy, rapey snake, there probably should be like a war against you. There probably should be. Richard, it looks like a roach to me, although that is offensive to a roach. How bold do you have to be as this bandit? How bold do you gotta be? You in jail, and you slithering around.
He's in jail for rape too, though, right?
Yeah, this is what he's in jail for, and he's slithering around. So they said an alleged serial rapist.
He's like, I can't help myself.
Yeah, he was.
I see a woman
already.
Yeah, he see a woman and he just got to rape her.
Trying to commit a rape while waiting to be transferred to another facility. Justin Roachy, snaky, slithering ass bandit Avery was being detained for allegedly assaulting several women near the campus of Arizona State University. However, he was caught on video at the intake transfer and release facility crawling around on the floor like a damn demonic roach to avoid being seen by guards and slithering his way over to a woman who was like, listen, okay, listen. Y'all, they said this bandit was slithering around on the floor. So this is just a roachy bandit at the end of the day. So a roachy, slithering ass, snake-like bandit, venomous, sneaking over there to rape another woman because he knows damn well don't nobody really want. Now, normally I would be hauling off into a drag of these bandits, but we are public on YouTube, so we will kind of tone it down a bit. But this is a slithering ass, snake ass, felonious ass bandit right here. I want to just recap it and sexually assault people because he know ain't nobody go volunteer to be with this roaching ass. Ain't nobody about to be volunteer to be with this roachy bandit. He wouldn't be forcing himself on people if he thought they would voluntarily do something with him.
No, raping could just be his kink.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it could just be his thing because we know that this is based on a power dynamic, kind of like Diddy. I really feel like if a profiler looks at Diddy's case, they're gonna say he's a sexual sadist. which
Right.
means they can't get off unless they're inflicting harm on somebody. So that might be what this bandit here is.
Right.
And the only way that he can get off is if he's taking something against somebody's will and causing them harm.
Right. And he seems like it could be possible that he likes other people to see it happening too, because like, why was there other people in the room? Like some other chick told him to get off of her.
Yeah, like I don't know why. Like you might as well have just walked over there to her. Like what? This dude is all of what? Maybe 50 feet away.
Right.
They're gonna hear you anyway. But then
Right.
if when somebody talks about no, but then when the Birth of a Nation documentary and everything else came out, they'll call that propaganda. Somebody's messing up they image. This bandit is in jail already.
Right.
And he's finding another victim in the jail.
Yeah.
Bandits don't take breaks at all.
Oh, so there's two of me's on here now. One is
Do you want the dark screen one off?
yes, please. I
This one?
downloaded the app, I think is why. And so this is on.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Yeah, just a nasty old felonious bandit. Just like I just don't get it. Like I'm telling y'all that right now. So there's some stuff that like this is something I just don't get. I really don't get it. Because it's like you already in here convicted of the crime. Like you already in here. Now, so I do want to show y'all this video about women not needing men, and Ella, I definitely want your opinion on this. There's a comment section here, though, that I want y'all to see when we talk about the mindset of men, because I really think that women don't really want to take this situation seriously. They don't really understand what they're dealing with. And I think the reason why women don't quite understand this is because women give life. So we're not always on constant survival. We don't have to be. We don't have to be on constant survival mode. We have a way to replicate ourselves. Contrary to what you have been fed by men, they do not. They actually have to rely on you to birth them into existence. And what they're doing is they're looking at this declining birth rate, and it's putting them on guard. It's putting them on guard. They're looking at your independence, and the reality is that you don't really need them. You really don't. You can do for self. Anybody who suggests that you actually do need them is lying to you, especially if they can't explain how you need them. Like I here and said with this chick, because she said we need them, just not the kind you're describing. And so I said, what do we need them for? And this person said protect and provide what men are supposed to do. Okay, so protect, who are men protecting us from? Because they're protecting us from themselves. Like themselves, perhaps?
Yeah, it's really hard when you try to get someone to understand that if they were more productive in dismantling the bad behavior and the bad mindsets that men have, instead of glorifying people like Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels, if they would look within and see, you know, what things they actually need to do to be a better person, and then project that out onto the world, and then create little men that behave that way, and, you know, mentor some people and help them to behave better, then things will be better. But instead they just want to demonize women and say, well, you should have chose better. It's like, if there's nothing better out there because you guys just pretend to be a decent human being and then let your evilness flow once you get what you want, you know, well, how do you choose better? By not choosing at all?
Right.
I just
Yeah.
watched this video.
The way that women think, and I hate to say this, but the way that a lot of women think is on the lines of a child. It really is. Like, to me, the way she's going to say we need them to provide and to protect, but men are literally all over the internet talking about they can't and don't want to provide for women. The biggest threat to women is the man that they're in a relationship with. So they're not protecting you. You're not at risk of being mauled by bears. You don't have any terrorist group coming after you. And if they do, they're men. So the biggest threat to you is not some external threat. The greatest threat to you, according to their study, is men. The very men that you're saying is you need them to protect you from, that's your biggest threat. You need protection from them. Candid 0111 said, I need my man. Yeah, you might just be codependent.
I know I am. No,
it just sounds like you're codependent. It's really what it sounds like.
Well,
you're
we're
likely that you are the provider and the breadwinner in your relationship. If you're with a black man, you're likely protecting yourself because they can't even protect themselves. So if you feel like you need them, it's because you're codependent. Oh, you said you are codependent? Okay, well, you should maybe take that up with a therapist. Being codependent is not a good thing. But listen to this video, and then I'm going to show you the comments that I'm talking about. And it's from a man, and it's not from a black man either. And the reason why I want to show you it, because you need to see the mindset of the man in power. Black men are not in power. Black men are not writing and implementing law. They're just not. So you need to be worried about the men who actually have power to do something.
Women don't really need men anymore, unfortunately. And here are the reasons why. In today's day and age, guys think they go to work, they come home, they play their video games, they watch their football games, they hang out on the couch playing with their phone, they go out with their friends, and that is their day. What do women bring to the table? They take care of the house. Everything looks great. Take care of the kids. Hey, by the way, are we going to the parent-teacher conference? No, mom's going. Hey, just schedule that doctor's appointment. Mom's got it. Guys, we've got to bring more to the table. If you want to feel needed and wanted by women these days, do everything like they do. Match their energy. Women don't really need men anymore, unfortunately. And here are the reasons why. In today's day and age, guys,
it started over again, but it's boring too.
Come home, they play their video games, they watch their football.
What did you say?
I said it started over again, but it was boring too. We don't need them to do what it is that we're doing. We need them to do their job. If they're supposed to protect and provide and like build things, change the oil, make sure, there's no creepy people outside, take out the grass, the garbage, mow the lawn, do the men's role, even, then yeah, but don't do what I'm doing. I don't want you to cook me food and run my bath, or I do want you to massage my back and all that, but it's like, don't do what the woman is supposed to. Traditionally, I'm gonna say, because I'm more of a traditionalist, so I do like the role of a traditional woman. I'm not a feminist in any way. So I guess for feminist women, then yes, she would be happy with him doing exactly what she's doing. But no, I need you to do the man stuff. I don't want to have to lift up the hood of my car and check the oil if I need more. I don't want to have to take out the trash. I don't want to smash the bug and take it. I don't want to do any of that stuff. So you can leave the man stuff to the man and leave the feminine stuff to me, and I'm fine with that. But no, I don't need a man to match me. No, do you and I'll do me, and then we come together.
The reality is, if you think about a need, which is a necessity, women don't need men.
Right. It's not a need, it's a desire. We don't need them.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think women are used to coddling the ego of men, and that's why they sit up here and say, oh, well, we do need men. And they'll say they need them for things that they're not doing. Men are not providers. You can look at the data to see that men are not providing. They are not. they don't protect either because they're afraid of other men. So you're not getting provision or protection out of men. You're not. And women who say that they are is like lying. They're not providing for you. They're not protecting you. Like, and again, like I said in the comment, even if women did, even if they were protecting you, they would be protecting you from themselves. There is no threat to you other than men. Every statistical piece of data says men are your biggest threat. Actually, they say men are more a danger to you than a damn bear. That's why people are running around saying they're choosing the bear.
Right, but there's still a lot of men out there.
Doing anything. They're not. Need is based on provision. And if they're not providing or doing anything for you, then you don't need them. You don't need them to even exist. Their science has said you don't need them to exist, but they do need you to exist.
I need that masculine energy. If it's masculine, like there's an energy. But you know what? There are a lot of women. I've literally seen a woman, and she was so masculine that I was just like, is she hot? Like, what?
I'm trying to find that comment from a man here. There was a comment on here from a man about the birth rate. That's what I'm looking for. There's a comment by a man. He initiated this. Oh, it's not on this post. It's not on this post. It's on a different one. So let me jump off and show you the different post. It's not on here. It's on a different one. Sorry, it's on this one here. Okay. Give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna share the screen again because I really want y'all to see this. All right, here we go. This is the one that's on. Where it says by 2030, 45% of women are predicted to be single and childless. Okay.
And then they're showing the
This is due to a choice that's being made by women. Men can be in their ego as much as they want to, and they can say that it's because they're tired of women. They can say whatever they want to. But the reality is, every piece of data is conclusively saying this is women who are doing this. Men can be in their ego, men can lie. This is women who are choosing to be single. Women are choosing to be single. Men are not. Men want you to believe that they are choosing to be single, but it's really not in men's nature to desire to be single. If you look at your Bible, the story of your creation is based on their codependence and inability to be on their own. So it's men, according to their own origin stories, that need women. You don't need them. But look, this man right here, man of no color, I want to show y'all this diagram because I want y'all to take this seriously. He said, feminists destroyed the family. Next come low birth rates. Next is millions of migrants allowed to enter. Next is crime. Mind you, right, whether what he's saying is true is irrelevant. This is his perspective. Perception is reality. I think we know that. So this person says crime is already here. She says we aren't baby making machines. He comes back and says, doesn't matter. Birth rate is dangerously low. Bring on the migrants, artificial wombs, or forcing women to breed from cages. Y'all said my internet is stopping?
I'm just so confused as to why we need so many people while they're constantly saying that the world is overpopulated. Like, what is going on?
Hold on for a second. They're saying my microphone is choppy. So let me see something. Let me go into my settings and do something really quickly to try to see if I can fix this microphone. I don't know why it would be choppy, but
yeah, I know it is. It is kind of choppy.
Okay, how is it now?
You gotta say more than just that. Keep talking.
Huh?
Sing us a song. Sing us a song.
No, I'm just gonna go back and share the screen and then
It's not choppy anymore.
it's not? Okay.
No.
Yeah, because I want y'all to see this dialogue of how this, mind you, it's not the men like you who are
It's
making the
choppy again.
legislation. Huh?
It's choppy again.
Oh, then it must be due to sharing the screen. Some people are saying it sounds good, but I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I want y'all to see what he's saying. Bring on the migrants, artificial wombs, or forcing women to breed from cages. Blame the feminists for this in the West. Watch, it will happen. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all paying attention because he's talking about, keep in mind, they've already gotten rid of Roe v. Wade. There's already videos going around of them talking about a pregnancy registry. Women don't understand that if you allow them to tell you what you can do with your body, they're going to take full control over it. So eventually, I do believe this is where it's going. I do. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And to them, this is a desperate time because if you don't have babies, how are they going to get here? So then he said, you will have to be soon. Governments are taking over the birth rate. Japan government operates online dating. If it falls any lower, governments will finally approve the artificial womb or force women into breeding. Then women are finished. Watch. I want y'all to look at the man that's saying this. And I want y'all to think about what J.D. Vance been running around saying. And I want y'all to put 2 and 2 together. So then she said, no one can force us to breed. We are not slaves. So he comes back and says, yes, it will happen. Watch. If not forced, then the artificial womb will replace the need for women. These are facts. So they're letting you know that, number one, they do need you. Women are not sitting around having this discussion. Do you want to know why? Because we create life in our body. It don't matter if they sit up here and tell you they got the seed and their bodily fluids is life creating. No, it's not. They know it's not. It's not. They're telling you it's not. And they're telling you we're frantic because no matter how much we said we were better, no matter how much we said you were beneath us, we need you to exist. That's what this man is saying. He's saying that if you don't voluntarily bring us into existence, we will just force you to. Because this is where we at. The artificial womb is not going to work. It just ain't. And putting uteruses in male bodies, that's not going to work either. So she said, that's great. The men can raise the screaming baby. I think she meant raise the screaming babies on their own, as they can't force women to have them. Then he said, yes, men can. It has been done before. This is easy to do. The reason men don't do it is because they still have compassion. If it comes to the extinction of the species, men will enforce breeding immediately. Learn your history. This is why all religions chastise feminists. Geisha, he ain't weird. He's saying the quiet part out loud. He's not being weird, and you shouldn't chalk it up to being weird. You should take it seriously. You should take. I don't know why you would brush this off as weird. These are the men who make your laws. They've already put a law in place to where you can't terminate a pregnancy. He's telling you, eventually, we are going to take complete control over your reproduction. So she said, okay, Grapus, we will still go off for abortions, though. Then he said, you're right. This is a different man. I want you to look at this man, too. You're right. No one will force you to breed. You will be left defenseless, as government will be forced to open the borders to avoid complete collapse, and this will cause crime and cultural replacement. Your family line will die off along with your culture and people. Congratulations. You need to understand how these people are thinking. You don't have this thought process because you give life. They don't. Then she said, it's already going to die off as I'm not having kids. I'm not defenseless. I'm trained in multiple weapons. Then he says, that's good. You're for the circus. Sideshow D. Then he comes back and says, correct. And we revert to barbaric times. Laws and birth rates were designed to allow us to all live better lives than we deserve. This is all going to fall. Then he says you have to have a birth rate 2.1 to substantiate a society, meaning 2 kids per couple, and some maybe 3 or less. That is a society in decline, meaning no one is there to pay for your Social Security and benefits. I really don't understand the logic of this childless lady. Are they that selfish they would allow society to collapse and have us start all over once we reach the point of no return? We back to the wild, wild west. Anything goes. I'm telling y'all, they're in survival mode.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You see what I'm talking about? They're looking at their impending extinction. They know that their survival depends on what you do with your womb. They know that. Then he said she performs in the circus. Fast forward 50 years and nobody is attending her show. Then she said, you want a load of kids? You go have them then. Because she's saying, okay, I still ain't having no kids. And they just going back and forth. But I want you to see the mindset. They don't care why you're refusing. They don't care. They think you should have babies under any circumstance.
You're bargaining again. I think when you're scrolling, you start borging. So while you're
I think it's sharing the screen that's the issue. I'm going to close out some of these tabs because that could possibly be it. But I just wanted y'all to see that mentality. I want y'all to see what y'all dealing with, because I think women foolishly are engaging in behavior that supports all of the negative things that was said about women's intelligence. And I think that women are showing that they're not taking this seriously. They don't understand that these men are on survival mode. You don't understand that they are. And I get why you don't. Women are not in a constant state of survival. We don't need to be. We don't need to. It wouldn't even be within us, because we already know life is created in our bodies. If we want to create life, we'll create life. Theirs don't. Theirs don't. And now you're choosing to not give birth, which should be your choice. But they're afraid because they're saying, well, if y'all don't give birth, how are we going to get here? See, y'all can say Jesus is bringing you babies all you want to. No. Women are bringing you babies. And in this time, the truth is coming out. And they're telling you, listen, we know our existence is up to you. If it was up to Jesus, you don't think the churches will be filled with white men praying, doing rituals to get more people? If it was up to Jesus, they would be going to Jesus. If Jesus is up to you, and that's why it's you. It's focused around you. Brooklyn said Black women can now stop saying men have seeds. Well, listen, based on the mindset of those men, do you think they got a seed? Even if they got a seed, they don't think it's a life-creating seed. So anyway, like we can sure they got a seed. What do they do for them though? Mm-hmm. Well, what is their seed doing? Now let's get into this Diddy business and. Listen, first we'll get into Eric Adams, because y'all know Eric Adams just got indicted. Initially, I thought it was due to the Diddy situation, because Eric Adams he's been linked to Diddy. He's in pictures with Diddy. It just is what it is. And he's been indicted. And now he's decided to hire Jay-Z's attorney, who's representing Elon Musk. Megan Thee Stallion is now representing him. Well, at least they're on the winning team. It says Adams will be represented by Alex Spiro from the law firm Quinn Emanuel, a lawyer who gained prominence in recent years for representing high-profile clients like Elon Musk. Recently, he achieved a notable victory in the manslaughter trial involving Alec Baldwin related to the shooting incident on the set of the movie Rust. He also represented Megan Thee Stallion as a victim and witness during the trial of Tory Lanez, who was found guilty in 2022 of shooting her. So the bottom line is this attorney has a track record, a good track record. That's basically what they're saying. Hey, Murder Magic Trick, you said they indicted him to shake the table and flip Diddy. I see how it wouldn't be connected, but they're saying it's not connected. So I'm just going to be quiet on that for a little while. It says the charges against Adams made public on Thursday morning include 5 federal counts concerning bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, and soliciting campaign donations from foreign individuals looking to gain influence. So this is the mayor of New York, Ellen.
Gotcha. Yeah, you told me about that last week, and I had no idea what you were talking about. So I'm so glad to be able to put a picture, a face to the name, and the details.
And so he obviously he's rejecting the claims, but today he just turned himself in
To jail, to go
yes.
to jail.
Yes,
But
he just
he's
turned himself
innocent.
into the police.
Well, the thing is,
Okay, now
we're trying to get in touch with him and get indictment on him is because they've seen something in those videos.
it's because they what?
They've probably seen something in those videos. He's in New York. Jay-Z is from New York, and they had a lot of their soirees in New York. So of course he was there. And he's a high profile black dude with power because he's a mayor. So yeah, they were utilizing him. And so he's smart to turn himself in unless he leave the country because he's gonna get caught up. So
Yeah.
he turned himself in and be like, I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I was at that other kind of party they were talking about. Otherwise, you know, otherwise, there's been other people going and saying, defending him. I saw this video and I think I posted it in the link on Sister Talk if you want to look into it. And there was this dude, he was a comedian, and he said, oh, I went to some of the to one of the Jay-Z's parties, and then he told me not to drink any of the jungle juice until like after my set. And he was like, and they had everybody was watching the thing and people were drinking, and then all of a sudden people start passing out, and then like everybody was like passed out, and then afterward they started carrying people down to the basement. And I was like, what the fudge? And so I followed them down to the basement, and they start putting makeup on people. They were just
They start
dressing
putting
them up.
what?
This is what he said. He said, he literally said they were in there putting makeup on people. They were making them up and doing their hair and stuff because, yeah, no, he has a makeup line. And I guess he doesn't feel like they would represent him and do and be in his magazines and stuff. And so he just does it while they're sleeping and then just use them as advertisements. And I was like, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, that's what he's doing in the basement with all that lube and baby oil. He's using celebrities for makeup models without their consent. Okay.
I really wish that they would stop trying to make this a situation of baby oil, being freaky, being nasty, and having parties. That's not what Diddy is going down for. Like this is not about Diddy just having sex or being freaky. Like that's just not what any of this is about. And I really wish people would stop relegating it to that. But hold on for a second. I want to get into this story though. I just need to do something real quickly. I want to get into this case with Diddy because he has some other cases, lawsuits down the pipeline. One of them is from a man, which actually was predicted. Hold on for a second. I'm just letting some air in here. Because I can't like open the shutters because then it'll mess up my light.
Yeah, it'll be too bright behind you and we won't be able to see you.
Yeah, it'll mess up my lighting if I open the. Cause I have to. This camera works best with a dark room, so I have to turn out all the lights in order to. The lights have to be off in order for my camera to work well.
In order for us to be able to see you.
Yeah, because I tried it before I got on here with the windows open, and it made everything dark. So I want to go over these 2 new cases from Diddy. Listen, Diddy's attorney it to me it looks about, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. You're going to see Ella when I play what his attorney said. Diddy's attorney is trolling social media and picking up the narrative from Bandits and deciding to use it as his defense of Diddy because he really doesn't know how to defend him. Yeah, so watch what I show you. But so the new Diddy lawsuit says there was just the same thing, except she said he got her pregnant and forced an abortion. So Diddy is facing a new lawsuit filed by a woman who claimed the rap mogul drugged and essayed her and continues to menace and intimidate her. In new documents filed Friday and obtained by TMZ, a Jane Doe claims the Bad Boy Records founder repeatedly assaulted her over a 4-year period and says one of the accounters even resulted in her getting pregnant, but she ended up suffering a miscarriage. Okay, so I thought it was an abortion, but it was a miscarriage. The anonymous woman, represented by attorney Joseph L. Cascio, claims she first met Diddy overseas in the fall of 2020 and was invited to join the rapper on an all-expense-paid trip. The woman said she saw Diddy regularly between 2021 and 2022, so this is still within the statute of limitations, with the rapper and his team arranging for her to meet up with him at his home in Los Angeles, New York, Miami, and other various locations. However, she claims she did not travel at her own volition, claiming Diddy and his staff would use coercive and harassing language. This is what makes it illegal. For the people who don't know why this is illegal, this right here, coercive, which means by force and harassing language to make her agree. She says drivers would show up at her home to take her to Diddy, which left her feeling like she didn't have a choice in the matter. The woman alleges Diddy also used spiked alcoholic beverages. This right here is illegal. So unfortunately, we have to, as we go through this, because Black people want to relegate this to just, oh, he was freaky, oh, they was just having consensual orgies. Spiking somebody's beverage is illegal.
Right.
After that, Diddy literally had GHB found in his home. I want y'all to understand that they recovered GHB and other narcotics. GHB is called the date rape drug. Right. So I'll just put that where that's at. Anyway, spiked alcohol beverages are the way to force her. This makes it illegal to do his bidding. Says Diddy forced her. This makes it illegal to have sexual intercourse in April 2022 while she was at his LA home. You can't force people. So this is why this would be illegal, and it is within the statute of limitations. This is 2022, it's 2024, so this is literally a criminal case. She claims to have sustained physical injuries from her encounters with Diddy, including one during the spring 2022 visit where she said she was left with purple bruises and a bite mark on her feet. She says she does not remember how she got the injuries. The woman also accuses Diddy of forcing her to take ketamine, which is an illegal drug, and other drugs in 2022, which resulted in her blacking out. It was after that alleged incident that she said she got pregnant. Mind you, ketamine is a horse tranquilizer. I want y'all to understand that. According to the suit, blacked out. Yes, of course you did. Because it's a horse tranquilizer. According to the suit, one of Diddy's associates called her repeatedly, harassing her to get an abortion, but she says she ultimately suffered a miscarriage. She says she tried to get space from Diddy after the miscarriage, but Diddy would allegedly harass her with calls and texts until she agreed to see him, which she claims continued through July 2024. This is what Diddy does in the indictment. And during the press conference, the attorney, the prosecuting attorney who did the press conference said that Diddy had called Kalina 54 times after Dawn Richard filed her lawsuit. So clearly, he has a habit of calling and harassing people. They pulled his phone records. Phone records don't lie. So if there were phone records showing that he called Kalina 54 times to persuade her to put out a statement that contradicts Dawn's statement, then obviously this is something he does.
54 times. It's like that dude got no chill. It's like, doesn't he have people for that? Like, he's gonna do the man work himself. I'm gonna harass her myself, just blow up her phone and call her 54 times, threatening her. But yeah, it's freaking
Yeah, no, he called her 54 times. That's what
he's giving crazy.
Huh?
He's giving batshit crazy, but then you did see him in that hotel dragging that chick down the hall and punching her.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's nuts.
The woman
I don't
said
know if he might get off for being crazy because
he's not gonna get off of being crazy. Like, the insanity defense is one that it's not as easy as people think it is to prove it. The woman said she feared for, huh?
He could definitely pay some people to botch those little psyche valves and put in a good word for him because, like,
I don't think any psychiatrist is going to be willing to do that for Diddy when he's in the middle of a federal case and they could be caught up.
He could be locked up in a psych hospital. They don't let you free when you're.
They're not going to do that. Diddy is not going to get a psych plea. That's not. He's not going to get an insanity plea. He shouldn't even attempt it. It's just not going to happen. Diddy has no history nowhere of being said to have one mental illness. He's not getting an insanity.
He clearly has mental illnesses.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we think he clearly has mental illness. He would have needed to be diagnosed, and he would have to have a history of it established for it to even be considered. He's not getting an insanity.
Where he's trying to address it to show that he knows that
he's not. Ella, he's not getting an insanity plea. The judge ain't gonna even allow him to plead that.
Right. What I'm saying is, you're right, because he has no, like you said, he has no history, and he has no history of saying, oh yeah, there's something wrong with me, right?
It's mostly the fact that he was continuously trying to cover up his crimes, which means he knew they were wrong. So you ain't gonna get no insanity fence to say that you didn't know what you were doing was wrong, but you went out your way to hide it. That's why he wouldn't get it. Because it's already been proven that he was hiding his crime.
I'm not seeing insanity where he's saying that, oh yeah, everything he did is fine because he had no idea that he was crazy, right? What I'm saying is, he clearly has some mental problems. So to put him in general population of people in jail when this guy is criminally insane, which means he's not
criminally insane. That criminally insane has a definition. Diddy is not criminally insane.
Okay, so what is the difference between his behavior and
Diddy is more of a sexual sadist, and you're not going to go in court and say I'm a sexual sadist, therefore I need to get off. No, if you're a sexual sadist and impulsive
a sexual sadist and impulsive and just believe that like a narcissist, obviously he's a narcissist. He has a lot of diagnoses.
Yeah, he's the bottom line of it is one of the primary diagnoses that I can nearly guarantee you Diddy would get is that he's a sexual sadist. And that's not a person who doesn't know what they're doing is wrong. That's a person who knows what they're doing is wrong.
Right.
Yeah, that's him preferring to do it because it's wrong, and he knows it harms people, and he gets off on harming people. So there's
the mental illness, Miss Nicole, or Mystical, whatever.
Yeah, no, Diddy didn't commit a crime out of mental illness. He committed a crime because he thought he was going to get away. It's just the bottom line. But it says the woman says she feared for her safety during this time, having witnessed Diddy slap and abuse other women. She also alleges he had found some way to track her location and monitor her conversations. This is exactly what they said that Asian woman that Diddy got a baby by was doing to Kim Porter. This is literally what they claim he was doing to Kim. She claims Diddy continues to contact her to this day, attempting to control her and intimidate her. The woman says she suffered trauma, financial injury, and physical injury, and is seeking an unspecified amount in damages. We've reached out to Diddy's rep for a comment. So far, no word back. That's because all they like. What can they say at this point? What can they say at this point that somebody gonna care about? I'm not sure what they gonna say. What Diddy's dusty attorney is saying that don't make no sense. Like Diddy's attorney is 100%, in my opinion, trash. He is 100% trash, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and share this screen.
Xtina's on.
I know, I was surprised to see her on here. Welcome, Xtina. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here too.
and she's so cute.
Look at this caption here, y'all. I'm so tired of Diddy's bandit as attorney. I'm so tired of him. Look at this. Do you see that caption?
Oh wow. Yeah. Is that the lawyer? Like, who is that dude that's saying that? Is that what he said, or is that just somebody posted on? That's his lawyer.
This is what his attorney is saying.
I'm just trying to
Who
figure out
cares
who
if it is? That doesn't. Is that implying that he's not guilty? Is that what he's trying to say? Because that two could be the
They
same. Two
literally
could be.
said a successful black man. He's successful at terrorizing people. He's successful, but he's mostly successful at terrorizing people. I think
Girl, have you
more of his
seen all the
success-
pictures? Have you seen all the pictures of all the people he is associated with?
Yeah,
Like, have you seen that? Like, they even looked up Carl's Winslow. Did y'all see where
I
they looked up? They found him. Like, that's crazy.
Save that thought. Save that thought. Because I have that video too. Let's listen to Diddy's bandit attorney.
His reputation is over.
The United States government, they start making this case as a takedown of a successful black man.
His reputation is over.
The United States
Wow.
government, they start making this case as a takedown
This
of a
is when they say
successful
you're pulling
black
the race card. Because I mean, this is really pulling a race card. If there is actually ever a thing where you could actually just pull the race card, that's what they're doing right here. Because like, really, a successful black man, that's the problem here. He has too much money. He had so much money for so long. It's not the problem that he's terrorizing people. And,
Well, maybe if he was poor,
he
if he was poor, he wouldn't have the ability to do all these things. But the thing is, I'm wondering when Jay-Z is gonna get it, because he's already
Bella, Jay-Z is his number is gonna be called next year.
You can see it. I can see it coming. A lot of people are about to get it.
Yeah, Sloan Bella is the one that predicted Diddy's situation. And she predicted it even down to the month that he would get exposed. So she said Jay-Z is next year. And by 2030, Jay-Z will be completely out of here and be powered. This is power. That's what she said. She said it's gonna start next year.
But he's a Sagittarius, so he's not gonna be here. Like, they not gonna catch him. He not gonna stick around and wait, like, and be in a hotel while they're ransacking
his wife is a Virgo. His
stuff.
wife is a Virgo. He might get drugged and wake up with the feds in the room. His wife is a straight up Virgo. Please.
There's already rumors circulating of stuff happening now.
I can imagine, because I'm gonna tell you who's not gonna have it. They ain't having it.
To Bali. She said Diddy over there. I mean Jay-Z over there heading to Bali.
And exactly, he's not gonna stick around and wait to see. He's not gonna fuck around and find out. I promise you that. He's not gonna do that.
Well, neither is Bay. She ain't fixing to fuck around and find out if he gonna get caught or not. So I'm seeing either divorce or them. I just see the divorce. I see her separating herself. I don't think she's as ride or die as people think she is, but we'll see. Because I think she's gonna separate herself from him and that whole situation.
Somebody go put side by side with R. Kelly. I knew that was coming.
Because I mean, she can find another ugly husband. And she got money.
Put something over Diddy's demonic eye.
Wow, shut up. Oh my my gosh. We are being
because Diddy is a demon, so I'm really not interested in looking at his eyes.
He
So I
literally
cover
looks
level
like
and,
one, doesn't he? Like there's no soul in there.
You know
you know,
what? Who's that guy that no one
Both
Yeah,
of
seems
he's
to
them
be
look
so
talking about?
soulless. Both of them look soulless. That is crazy. These are like straight up demons.
you're right. Two certified, probably upper level demons. Anyway, it says neighbors get into this. It looks like R. Kelly is defending Diddy. No surprise there. One sexual degenerate defending another.
Right.
They should put them in the same place together so that they can, get their freak on. So they can really have a freak out.
I don't think they're imprisoned in the same state though.
I think they are, actually.
No, R. Kelly is in Chicago, is he not?
I feel like let me look this up because I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they said something about them
where
being
is
in the
R.
same place.
No, yeah, it was they're having the court in the same place near something that he did. The court is in this nearby.
Yeah, because I thought he was in Chicago.
Yeah, the court is nearby.
Excuse me, what is this? Charlarissa Devine? You women would also attend the white parties if you were invited.
Oh, he's in North Carolina.
You don't know who's been invited to what, so you should just keep your mouth shut.
Exactly, and set the
People
down.
are stupid.
Yeah, no,
Like,
he's in North
It's like-
Carolina.
who the hell even
And-
knows how to say your name? I mean, seriously.
So first,
You said ladies. That you let you know.
No, she
so
said
first
you
R. Kelly
women.
was a- Can I
Oh,
talk?
no,
Can
I've
my
been
sister
invited to tons of parties that I decided no, thank you. And I think his parties, I mean, with the rumors that have been, no, like why would I set myself up for that? He literally didn't have, he wasn't giving women choices. So I mean, if he came up behind me with some
And
milk
why-
and it's like,
Dude, he hired a bunch of male prostitutes. Like that,
Right.
he hired a bunch of male sex workers and then sat in the corner and handled himself while like,
Yeah.
Okay, so now if I can finish what I was trying to say. So R. Kelly was in Chicago, and then they transferred him into North Carolina. So he's not in the same location as Diddy. Diddy is in New York. But it says neighbors get into this. It looks like R. Kelly is defending. Anyway, Radar Online exclusively spoke with the disgraced singer, who ironically was convicted on the same charges
We're
Diddy is
working
currently
now.
facing.
so
What?
he's a senior now.
I have to repeat what you were gonna say, what you said because it bored.
It bored.
Yeah, everything you
we-
said just was like boarding.
See, this is why I don't like StreamYards. I only have this audio issue on StreamYard.
Okay, now you're gonna rant.
Now
No,
what?
We can hear everything you're saying. Now, I think it's when you start messing with with the monitor and you're trying to scroll down or read something to see something different on your screen. That's when it starts boarding.
Or if y'all could just try muting while I talk, that might do it too.
Yeah, well,
That
I'll
sounds
try.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So it says Diddy is currently facing that he did not hold back, calling the arrest of Diddy a federal conspiracy. He said, I don't believe none of this shit. You could tell me about Puffy. You could tell me about anyone. You could tell me on the news, the weather, the sky is blue. I'm not going to believe the shit because I'm in it now. And I know what they did. And we know what you did too because we saw you on video peeing on somebody. It says R. Kelly then began to say that he and other celebrities are being hunted, and Diddy was targeted by the feds because he was flagrant with his wealth and power. What power
Well,
did Diddy have? Like, what people were saying Diddy have power? What power did Diddy have?
Diddy was working with the feds. Diddy was working with the feds. So maybe he's telling the truth a little bit. Maybe since Diddy was working with the Fed, he got a little bit too big in his britches and started thinking that he was running something and they slammed down on him. Maybe that's the case. It doesn't take away from the things that he was doing. It doesn't take away from that. It just means that they snapped down on him when they wanted to because he got too out of control for them. Or not even that what he was doing was out of control for them. Maybe he got too arrogant And you know they don't like him uppity. So
I don't think at all that Diddy had any power. I think Diddy had some influence and the ability to exploit Black people, but he really didn't have no power. I'm failing
well,
to
I
see
he
what
was he
power
has
he had.
whether he had power or not, people believed he had power. And if you believe somebody has power, that gives them power over you. The thing is,
Right, but
people
you
are
believe
scared of him.
okay,
People
but
are
here's
afraid of
the
him.
thing. So you having power,
Hmm.
you thinking a person has power, and people who actually have power thinking that he has power is something different.
Him
The
blowing up somebody's
people,
car. He was allegedly blew up. Was it Kid Cootie's car over Cassie? If you have, that's so old school and vintage to have somebody's car blown up. But I mean, that's doing quasi. No, that's not even doing quasi or a pseudo gangster shit. That's pretty old school gangster. I mean, how old school gangster do you got to be to have somebody's car blown up?
right?
And
But anybody can have somebody's car blown up, though.
but anybody
People do
won't
it
do
all
it.
the time.
I, I don't
They
hear that.
do. They do. Like people blow up cars to hide crime all the time. It's not anything unheard of. It
But
doesn't take
supposed
power to
that
blow up a
wasn't
car.
to that wasn't supposedly to hide crime. It was supposedly to intimidate Kid Cudi, who was supposedly with a Cassie or something like that. It
Right,
was
but I think
allegedly.
what power did he have? Because everybody has the power to commit a crime against another person. But
Well, but
what power?
money allows you a lot more reach and a better ability.
I
So
really
you
just
get
trying
more
to
power with
finish
money.
one statement before. I would just really like to finish before
Oh,
I
go
get
ahead.
cut off or keeps happening. So here's the thing: the government is the one that's prosecuting. The government is prosecuting him. So the government would have to think he has some power for this to be taking down a Black man. I don't think the U.S. government thinks Diddy was a powerful Black man. Powerful for what? Because if he was that powerful, wouldn't he not be getting arrested? So I don't see the FBI as seeing Diddy as, oh, this is a powerful Black man. No, powerful where? The 99% of the people that he exploited and victimized were Black people. Like, Black men kill other Black men on a daily basis. They run through the community terrorizing. So I'm not seeing the power that Diddy would have had. I don't understand what power Diddy has for them to be saying, oh, well, they just, because the attorney is parroting something that Black people have been saying. Umar Johnson came out with his conspiracy talking about, oh, well, basically with his conspiracy, they trying to distract, like they always say they're taking down a powerful Black man. But then when the question is asked, okay, what power did Diddy have? Having power to exploit the Black community is not the same as having power that white people would be threatened by, to the degree that they got to build up this whole conspiracy and lie on you to take you down. Mind you, all of the fame and so-called power that Diddy would have had would have been given to him by white people. So I just don't understand this
Okay, yeah.
narrative.
Okay, so exactly. I actually do agree with you. Obviously, if Dilly had power and the power to use his money, it's because it's given to him. And obviously, he's going to use his power over the people that he can, which is going to be minorities, which is going to be non-Black people, which is going to be Black people or poor people. That's where his power comes from. The thing is, when you get a lot of money, you feel like you have a lot of power. He didn't necessarily have a lot of power, but he did have a lot of money. And with that money, he felt like he had a lot of power. And honestly, he's been doing this for over 30 years. He's been in the game for a long time. He's been doing stuff for a long time, and he's gotten away with it so far. So I think he just got a little too big in his britches, thought he had power that he didn't have, was actually using the little bit of power that he does have to abuse people. And now he getting what he gonna get. Pretty much.
Right. Well, and I agree with that too, because the reality is that when you look at the amount of women and people who are coming out saying Diddy victimized them, very few of them are not Black.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that means Diddy was very, very conscious
Or
of
black adjacent.
the fact that if you're gonna have a whole bunch of victims, they better be black.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the SA allegations, we know that's something that mainstream media been saying that black men do. So just because you could pull out Justin Bieber and say, okay, it's allegations that he was SA'd by Diddy. There's two women of no color who came out and said they were SA'd by Diddy. That's not an indication of power.
No, I'm waiting for Usher. I'm waiting for Usher too, because
Yeah.
that's a position of power because it's misusing your power. It's abusive. Like P Diddy, Bieber is a kid, and Usher was definitely a kid. If these allegations are true, Bieber ain't came out and said nothing, and neither has Usher. But if he did mess with them, those were kids.
Yeah, Bieber does have a whole song that says he lost his innocence at a Diddy party.
Right.
Okay, that's nice, but I'm talking about actually come in and tell everybody how he lost his party instead of writing books. I mean, singing songs. It's like, don't sing no song. Go to the police. Tell them. Like, what the hell? If you putting it in songs, then if you putting it in songs, you want people to know. What are you doing? Come on now. And if Usher has alluded to some things also. But the thing is, come out and say it. We all know. I mean, if it's the truth, say it. And if it is the truth, I'm sorry, but if it is the truth, that is abuse. That's abuse, and that's abuse of power because those were children.
But notice how even in this next lawsuit, which the new lawsuit could have possibly been, it could have possibly been like a woman of no color. We don't know yet. But notice how she didn't describe any physical violence that Diddy subjected her to. Nobody said they saw Diddy beat on Jennifer Lopez, but multiple people said they saw Diddy beating on Cassie and Kim Porter. And she's also white.
And she
She's
got her
also
money.
white. Yeah, Diddy couldn't beat on
she's
Jennifer
Jenny from
Lopez.
the block. She's Jenny from the block. She's straight up Puerto Rican.
She's white. Jennifer Lopez is a white Puerto Rican. She's a white woman. And so the reality is, there are zero reports from anybody who was around Diddy when he was dating Jennifer Lopez who said they saw him beating on Jennifer Lopez. They did see him beating on Cassie and Kim Porter too, though. So the reality is, Diddy knew where his so-called power was restricted.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, he knew that, okay, even if you saying these white people, you can't just be out there on video beating them, and like there's no video of Diddy stomping out Jennifer Lopez, the white woman.
Never. Never. You know how many books she would have written? You know how many books she would have written if he did that?
Movies.
Yeah, he was on video with the black mom. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so Diddy, it just irks me, this narrative of, they just trying to take down a powerful black man, but then they can't explain what power he had. They will pose as a threat to the government, because the power can't be only wielded against black people, and then you running around saying there's a government conspiracy because this is just a powerful black man.
Well, I do agree that whatever got him busted, like actually is getting him in the limelight, is something he probably did to the government or didn't do for the government. I actually kind of do believe that, because the thing is, he's been doing what he wanted to do for a very long time. And unbothered for the most part.
Authentic, you can say Cassie is giving mixed white woman, but it's Cassie who has the black mother. It's Kim Porter who has the white Asian mother. So the one that y'all running around thinking is a black woman actually came from the womb of a white Asian, and the one that y'all saying is giving white woman actually has a black mother.
Wow.
That's what I think is really
that is interesting, but I still say be that as it may. She is. I mean, it's given what it's given, regardless to what's behind it. Sorry.
Didi, I saw Cassie's mama to me look like the average black woman. So you will have to show me Cassie's mama's parents to prove that she mixed in order for me to believe it. Because The same thing goes for you. Just saying, prove to me that Cassie's mom is mixed by showing me Cassie's grandparents and on her mama's side, and then I'll believe she's mixed. But aside from that, her mother looks like a regular, everyday black woman to me. So if you're saying that she's mixed, then produce some pictures of Cassie's grandparents, and then I'll believe that her mother is mixed. Other than that, I'm not. According to me, Cassie is a mixed woman with a black mom. I never said she's black. Just saying, I never said Cassie was black. I said her mother
that's what she's giving.
is black. I said
Her
Cassie's
mother is giving
mother
black.
is black. I didn't say Cassie is. I said she's mixed with a black mother. Kim Porter is mixed with a white Asian mother. It just
Wow,
is
Kim Porter presented way better. Yeah, Kim Porter was presenting. She was representing. I don't know what Cassie doing.
Because this is what black women are running around saying, oh, no, Cassie was just a preference. She thought because she was the light-skinned preference that she was better than Kim Porter. It's Kim Porter is the one who got the white mom. So it's more likely.
Yeah, but she still, I mean, Cassie was still the light-skinned preference.
It's more likely that Kim Porter thought she was the preference because she comes from a white Asian.
Well, she was married to him, so she should have been his preference for one. And for two, Kim Porter looked way better than Cassie. She definitely should have felt like she was.
See, I don't think Kim Porter.
I do. I think Kim Porter looked way better than Cassie. And there was nothing basic about her.
Okay, now we got to do a comparison between Cassie and Kim Porter. We already went through this.
And you better find a good one too, because Kim Porter brings it. She is beautiful. Like, you better get up, girl. You better.
I don't think that Kim Porter is beautiful. I don't think that she is.
Kim
Porter was basic.
Beautiful and elegant, and there was nothing basic about her. She's beautiful, elegant, her skin gleaming. Her twins are beautiful.
To me, she looks basic, and to me, Cassie, Kim Porter is not even comparable to Cassie. To me, you're trying to, they're trying to make these women compete where they don't compare.
Well, the only reason why they're not comparing now is because Kim is dead. But
this is Cassie. Cassie is obviously prettier than Kim Porter. Like, I don't think anybody with two eyes will look at Cassie and Kim Porter and say Kim Porter looks better. No, she doesn't.
Oh, she does. She does.
I don't think
Kim Porter definitely does.
Yeah, in our situation,
these are very flattering pictures of her, but she is very pretty. Like, I think in the one with the ponytail, she would look, yeah. So there's pictures of her that she looks very. I think they have a very similar look. Just one is light skin.
And I think Kim Porter was basic. That's what I think. I think Kim Porter was basic. That's what you think. I think Kim Porter had basic look. I really do. I don't think her looks are anything special. I wouldn't call her ugly.
I mean, you're pretty, so of course you're gonna think she's not that remarkable.
I think she was beautiful. I think she was beautiful, and I think she was way better than Cassie. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think Cassie looks
elegant.
Well, agree.
But Cassie is pretty too. Cassie's just light skin, and for a lot of people, light skin boosts up the prettiness. So
no, I just think Cassie's facial features are prettier than Kim's. It's not about skin tone, because the reality is these are both two mixed women. It doesn't matter about skin tone. Both of them are mixed.
Skin tone, as far as beauty, is subjective. I mean, at the same time, I just think that Kim is prettier. I think Kim would look prettier than.
I think Kim Porter looks gorgeous.
I think Kim would look prettier than her.
And
I think Kim would look prettier than her if she was lighter.
Next to it, she looks gorgeous.
Oh my God. I think Kim looks prettier than her, whether she's darker or lighter.
A lot of people think Kim Porter was pretty. I just don't think she was. I'm actually surprised that, like, when I look at her, I don't see anything special. I just see, like, a basic person. I see a person with average basic looks. I do. I see a person with average basic looks. I wouldn't, like, I'm just saying, if I saw on different days Kim Porter walking by, I wouldn't do a double take on Kim Porter, but I would on Cassie. There would, to me, there's nothing extraordinary about how Kim Porter looked. There's nothing that stood out. To me, there's nothing that stands out about Kim Porter. I think she's average. but I do think Cassie is pretty. That's what I think. I've seen younger pictures of Kim Porter, and my opinion is still the same. I don't think Kim Porter could. Kim Porter, I would never describe her as beautiful. I would never describe Kim Porter as beautiful. I would never.
Well, I think a lot of people would disagree.
I would never.
Wasn't she a model? Wasn't she a model?
I would call Kim Porter cute, is what I would say. I would say she was cute. I would never say she was beautiful. I would never say she was gorgeous. It would just, that's just not how I would describe her.
So
I would call her average, basic girl next door. That's what I would call her.
So Cynthia, what did you think about Kim's looks?
About who?
About Kim. About Kim. How do you think she looks? Yeah, tell us how you feel about Kim and her looks.
Don't worry about that.
I really just think she's basic. Yeah, I just think she's basic. And I think the fact that, and what irks me the most is that people will sit there and say, "Oh, Cassie sat around and she just watched Kim Porter get beat." No, it was the other way around. It was more like Kim Porter was getting beat on by Diddy, and then Kim Porter didn't do anything about Diddy beating on her, and then left her 2 daughters with the same man that was beating on her. So Kim Porter to me was no victim at all. It actually seems to me like Kim Porter was more of a willing participant. It seems like to me that Kim Porter was actually a willing participant more than she was a victim. I'm just saying that's what it seems like to me. The reason I have an issue with Kim Porter is because, here's the thing, the reason I have an issue with Kim Porter is because she left her 2 daughters, she left her 2 vulnerable daughters with a man that she knew was a violent savage because he was beating on her, but Kim Porter said nothing about it. And then Diddy killed Kim Porter, and now her daughters are left with this man.
So you don't think that he probably threatened to kill her, and that's why
why I have a problem with Kim Porter, because
that's why she's not pretty to her.
You have a problem.
Maybe her daughters wouldn't have been left with this violent savage man who could possibly be grooming his daughters to be industry pass arounds, and because it looked like his mama groomed him. I'm sure y'all a video of his mama.
You got something against her because she got killed. Wow.
She left him with her daughters.
She left them because he died. She didn't run away.
Exactly.
No, this is what I said. I'm very clear here. I'm going to be very clear here. I already said Kim Porter died because obviously she did. But Kim Porter not sat around and dealt with Diddy's abuse quietly. If she had the courage to say, "Look, I have 2 daughters. This man is beating on me, so he probably gonna be beating on my daughters too. So let me go ahead and do something about him now." Since there's a whole bunch of people around who has witnessed this, Kim Porter said nothing. She said absolutely
some people,
nothing.
some people don't have as much courage as
Can
others.
I say something real quick? I think for the fact that he was doing it in front of people and actually there were witnesses, it made her feel like he was way more powerful than he was, because like, why aren't any of these people stepping in? Why aren't anyone helping me? Why is it that they're not doing anything? Why is it that he thinks it's okay to do this in front of people? That would be scary as hell if you ask me, because it's like, why is it that he's so comfortable with just beating the brakes off of me in front of all these people, right?
And then if he did end up killing her at the end, wow, all his threats and beating her, wow.
That be terrifying.
Terrifying
in itself.
So I know it probably was terrified. I would be terrified for my daughters too. I would be terrified.
I would too.
And there's no way I would just sit around and not do anything, knowing that this man who is beating on me could potentially turn that violence towards my children.
Well, her daughters are alive. She's not. So
I would have spoke up about it. Namase in your lane said there were grown men who were afraid of Diddy. Okay, I get that. And as a mother, you think it's justifiable that you're so terrified that you ain't gonna protect your kids? That to you is rational for a mother?
sometimes some women say that they don't. Some women
They
say
don't think that he would hurt
So
the
his
kids.
wife,
exactly.
She had no instinct to protect her daughters.
Maybe she didn't think
Because
he was going to do anything to her daughters.
Maybe he wasn't doing
Moms will
anything
get on
until she
birth
didn't.
control so you don't
Yeah.
have to have no babies. If you're that terrified, prevent yourself from becoming impregnated
Wow.
by this man
That
beating
sounds
on you,
horrible.
so that he can't beat on your kids. Like
think he
Kim
was-
left her daughters completely unprotected. That's what I'm
Do you
saying.
think?
She
Do
left
you
her
think?
children unprotected.
Her daughters are alive. She's dead.
Do you think he was harming her children in front of her? Like she
Would
thought.
you put it past them?
I wouldn't. 100%. I wouldn't. However, I'm not in that relationship, so I don't know what she's seeing, and if he's like, coddling his kids and then acting like she's just
And killing her.
And
Yeah, she could
hijacking
just
her.
be trash.
That is definitely something that happens in DV relationships. So I'm not going to act like it's like obvious that he's doing this to me, so he's certainly going to do it to them, because that's not probably what he was giving. Or why would she even allow him around them? Why would she have another child with him, right? In that case, it seems even more crazy that she's going to continue to produce children with a man that is jacking her up and is jacking them up too. Like, he's probably not doing anything to the kids. And more often than not, in domestic violence households, the dude only beats the mom. He only
That's
beats
not
his
no.
girlfriend.
That's not true. Like,
No.
that's not true. Where are you getting that from?
It's often. It is
In
very
most,
often.
you said in most DV
I didn't say most of
households, the
them.
man
It
is
is very likely in a lot of DV households. A lot.
Well,
of
she's
them.
just saying you're jumping to conclusions saying that he's beating
Yes,
the
I've
kids.
worked in DV. I've worked at shelters. I've worked in that industry. Yes, the dude will jack up the mom and like squeeze, crush her bones, and while he's hugging her, and the kid has no idea that he's even hurting her, because he doesn't do anything to them. He purposely only does the things he wants to victimize this one person. So I'm saying it is a possibility that is the case. I'm not saying that it is the case, but I'm saying it does happen, and we don't know, we weren't there, so maybe that was the case. I'm hoping.
Yeah, that could. We'll find out later. The daughters are alive. We'll find out later.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they are alive. But the reality is, like I said, if I'm being beaten on and I got 2 kids, I don't want my children. I don't want to leave my children or run the risk, because the reality is domestic violence leads to domestic fatality of the woman in nearly every domestic violence situation. The man doesn't stop abusing. He just abuses until he kills the woman. So why would you want to run the risk of your daughters being in that exact same situation? So
maybe she didn't know those steps. You're
in that same situation. Because look, this chick in the comment, Profit Master, she said my dad was beating my mom and us. There's a lot of people whose the children were getting abused.
Okay, that's her. And there's a lot of people who's just parents.
That does happen.
Like she just saying you can't assume that he was threatening or beating the kids.
And you can't assume that he wasn't here. And you can't assume that he wasn't here.
No, you can't. You can't assume. You can't assume either.
Right. Sometimes the abuser only abused the kids and not the spouse. But I'm just saying it does happen where the abuser only abused the spouse or he only abused the children.
Well, anyway, we can get off of it, because that's fine. If people don't agree with my opinion on Kim Porter, my opinion stays. It just is what it is. My opinion is what it is.
It can stay.
And I think Kim Porter was a problem for not speaking up on Diddy, and now her daughters were raised by this violent man who literally is known for having no love.
I mean, but she's dead. She's dead. So why even continue on Kim Porter? There's a lot of people that are
what Timmy said. Timmy said y'all are giving Kim all this sympathy. Where was this sympathy for Cassie? Is given.
Kim is dead. Kim is dead. Cassie is alive. What part of that do y'all not understand? Like, Kim is gone. She's dead. He probably beat her to death. He killed her.
Trisha, the reason why we're talking about this now is because Cassie spoke on him. So what do you mean? The whole reason why we're up here talking about Diddy is because of Cassie's lawsuit, not Kim Porter's.
Well, Kim Porter's dead.
Yeah, but
I can't stress that enough.
Yeah,
I can't stress that enough.
Yeah, she's dead. She was dead in 2018, but before that, she had ample time to speak, and she didn't.
Well,
So at the end
maybe
of the
when
day,
she was about to,
like
like,
we acting like Kim Porter spent the whole time with Diddy dead. No, Kim Porter had a long, lengthy relationship with this man, at which time she never spoke on the abuse that he was subjecting her to. Never. She never once. Even though he was abusing her, even after she had her twins, he was abusing her, and she still didn't speak out, even though she had 2 damn babies over there.
So what
But
did you?
anyway,
What do you think she liked it, or I mean, what do you think was the behind it?
no, I think she was
behind
weak.
that?
No, I think she was weak.
Exactly, and some people are weak. The thing is, if something is too heavy for you and you drop it, then you just drop it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
She'll have no respect for no weak women. That's all.
I understand that, but the thing is, you have to have empathy for weak people when they're going through something. You still have to have empathy. You can understand that, yeah, obviously she was flawed, but at the end of the day, we kind of know she got beat.
I didn't say I don't have empathy for her. I never said I didn't have empathy.
You have a problem, but you have such vitriol for her weakness, though. You have such
because she left her kids with an abuser. That's why.
But we don't know if somebody that abused her.
So do you think she knew? Do you think that she knew Diddy was a violent abuser before or after she had kids with him?
I think she definitely.
I don't know.
Abuser.
She knew before. She knew it before. She knew before she had kids with him that he was a violent abuser. So that's all she needs to know. Prior to having children with her, this woman knew that he was abusive because he was knocking her head between the washer and dryer. From her
she was
account,
definitely weak.
He was abusing her. From everybody else's account, he was abusing her. So she knew this was a violent, savage abuser. She had kids with him anyway.
And everybody around him knew that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody around them didn't produce children with him. Kim Porter did.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of abortions, I'm sure, that happened.
Anyway,
yeah,
this is my opinion. It ain't gonna change. Whoever don't like it, that's fine. I'm entitled to have an opinion differently than yours, and I'm gonna keep my opinion, and it's gonna be different than yours. I'm not gonna think what you think about Kim Porter. I'm not gonna see her through your eyes. I'm gonna see her through my eyes. And everybody should let go of other people's opinion. We don't need to agree on it. My opinion about Kim Porter is my opinion. It's literally not going to change. It's just not going to change.
Right. And you're entitled to your opinion on her. Exactly.
It doesn't have to change.
I
what
don't
the hell? She about to fight on her, fight over your opinion like some cornbread. You can have your opinion. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so let's get into this male sex worker who allegedly sent this video about Diddy. People go say all of these people are lying because apparently Diddy is just an innocent, powerful black man who's been framed because apparently the government doesn't like powerful black men, although can't nobody tell you what power this man had except to exploit the black community, which every black person has the power to do that. So I don't really see what power Diddy had, but it is what it is. But it says, federal prosecutors have reportedly obtained the video that allegedly shows Sean Diddy Combs with a male escort, according to TMZ. So the dude who did the press conference, Damian Williams, he said he saw videos. Diddy had videos in his home where he is having sex with male sex workers. So I don't know if this is something else they're referring to, but this is something that the attorney who did the press conference had already said. It says sources close to the matter say the male escort met with federal agents in New York on Wednesday and signed a proffer agreement. This agreement allows him to talk to investigators without the risk of facing charges. Sources indicate that the discussion focused on Diddy, with the escort detailing how he connected with another escort for a freak-off involving himself, Diddy, and a woman. As previously mentioned, prosecutors have stated that these freak-offs are at the core of their criminal case against Diddy. So this is where you have to make the distinction again, because it's like there's too many people who are remedial. I'm glad they came out and said the literacy rate. Yeah, because I'm glad that it was put out that the literacy rate isn't saying that these people can read, it's saying that they don't comprehend what they read. They're reading it, but they're not comprehending it. So I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not saying that for anybody in the comment section. I'm not talking to you, but for the remedial people who lack comprehension, Diddy's criminal case is not based on him being freaky. It's not based on him being nasty. It's not based on him having parties. It's based on him having illegal freak-off orgies that are beyond orgies, really, where there are women on video passed out, incapable of consenting because this man done drunk them, and multiple people are having sex with people who are passed out. You can't consent if you are unconscious. You can't consent if you are under the influence of alcohol. You can't consent if you are under the influence of anything that impairs your judgment. This is why Diddy's freak-offs are criminal. Because sex when you're drugged or under the influence is not consensual, says the law. Now, Black people can have a problem with this. It does not matter. Sex under the influence is not consensual in the eyes of the law. This is why there's a criminal case against him, because on the video, the federal agent said they saw non-consensual sex happening. Because it's non-consensual. They're passed out.
Right.
There's no person on the planet who has ever consented to anything when they're passed out. So it says TMZ also reports that the escort shared information about the kinds of drugs that Diddy allegedly preferred during their encounters, along with specifics about one particular incident that he claims was recorded on video. The threesome reportedly took place in May 2023, last year, within the criminal statute of limitations, when the escort alleges he traveled from Atlanta. Here goes your sex trafficking. When he traveled from Atlanta to Miami to meet Diddy and the woman, during this meeting, he claims he engaged in sexual activity with her while Diddy recorded the sexual experience. So the bottom line is that Diddy is a sexual predator. Obviously, he's a deviant. It just is what it is.
He likes to pay. He likes to pay male escorts and male prostitutes. He really likes that. He likes to get girls and then pay male corn stars to entertain him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's so funny to me. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's just a deviant. He's a deviant. He really is.
But he's not gay.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's not. I know. I think
bisexual.
he's probably pan. I think he's probably pan. Yeah, I think he probably just does whatever.
Like,
He'll just tell you I'm rich.
right.
Diddy is bisexual. If he has sex with women, he's bisexual.
The thing is, I remember when he was Biggie Smalls' hype man. And so I just think this is just so funny. We've gone so far. It's just, wow. I just, okay, sorry.
Allegedly, he got Biggie Smalls. He had him shanked or murked. Off.
I mean, there's
Diddy
a lot
is
of rumors
bisexual.
about.
If Diddy is having sex with men and
He's
women, which we know that he is bisexual.
Onyx is not on here.
Jay Onyx isn't on the panel.
Not today.
I mean, but people are offended by y'all's laughter. They said they don't see how any of this is funny. I'm kind of hard pressed to think it's funny too, but
honey, I'm finding everything entertainment, entertaining right now, and I'm sorry if you're not. I mean,
I'm sorry if you're
if you don't
involved.
If you don't find, this is what I say. I put it like this: if you don't find anything funny, don't laugh. All right.
Right.
I find things funny, I'm gonna laugh. It is what it is.
Maxine said he's bisexual, but seems like he's nicer to men. Well, I mean, I think all men got a preference for men. They just don't want to come out and say it, truth be told. But so here's Carl Winslow, who responded to, let's see, Luce Cannon.
Sweetie! Carl Winslow. But like I see, like when Diddy fucked Carl Winslow, we was at the party, and we just chilling and shit like that. And me,
That's my childhood when he told me that.
everybody know me, right? Right. I'm a goofy nigga. I'm funny and stuff like that. So I hear a nigga just wearing out some shit. I'm like, huh? Like hearing that, I'm like, oh, 6 who's wearing this bitch out? Nigga, I kick in the door. Boom. Kick in the door. Nigga, I seen Carl Winslow put his
That's
head
the
up.
father. Ain't that the father from Family Matters?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, the dad.
Oh, the dad.
I swear to God, dead homie, neighborhood crib. So when I seen that,
Man.
and then
So who's piping Carl up? Diddy?
yeah, Diddy was. So when I seen that, cuz right, Diddy came back and he was telling me, he was like, it's nothing more enjoyable than having a man do something for some money. I'm like, cuz that shit crazy.
Wow.
But like I see, like when Diddy fucked Carl Winslow, we was at the party, and you know, we just chilling and shit like that. And me,
That's my childhood when he told me that.
everybody know me, right? Right. I'm a goofy nigga. I'm funny and stuff like that. So I hear a nigga just wearing out some shit. I'm like, huh? Like hearing that, I'm like, oh, who's wearing this bitch out? Yeah,
Okay. So that was the original video. This is Carl Winslow's response.
Do you have any response to this bizarre story that's circulating about you and Diddy? Some guy named Loose Cannon told this story. I wish you well, though. What's your message to those who are talking about it and actually? What's your message to Loose Cannon? Tell Johnson, how you doing, sir?
Man, leave that man alone.
So he didn't say
Leave
anything.
him alone, get a life. Basically, she said this man living in his last days. With foolishness.
Man, Diddy got people doing. He over there trying to have people do something strange for a little bit of change. He telling people.
Last days, though, not the last days.
She's right.
Okay, so here's then Luce Cannon's response to Carl Winslow saying, absolutely not.
Oh, you talking about you never met me? You was bent over getting stroked, and you talking about wish me the best luck. Did you say that to Diddy, sweetie? Carl Winslow.
That's funny.
You talking about you never met me? You was bent over.
How is this mean?
This is ridiculous.
Over getting stroked, and you talking about wish me the best luck.
Dude, why are you screaming?
He sounds like he has autism.
You were getting stroked. Okay. And you witnessed Carl Winslow getting his pussy blown through. We get it. We get it. We get it. He done got his booty tapped out. Diddy was trying to see what his booty do. We get it.
Somebody said that.
He had his booty tooted up. Okay, we get it.
I didn't feel comfortable with that at all. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't like it not one bit. Leave him alone.
I think they should do what old girl said and let this man live his last days out. He on his last days.
Right,
and y'all bringing him this type of foolishness.
He's openly gay, also.
Hold on. I gotta show you something because this the FBI probably need to be looking into Diddy's mama. I would suspect they probably are, and rightfully so.
Yes.
Because, which this is the last thing I have for us to go over, and then I'll read 3-4 pages out this book. We'll see how far we go, but something right with Diddy's mama, but y'all let me like y'all know what y'all
on the mouth as a grown man.
Just look at this. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Special shit though.
Did y'all peep that? The mother has on white nail polish, just like Carisha should be wearing white nail polish. If you remember, in the lawsuit, Cassie said that Diddy forced the women around him to wear white nail polish because it looked good during the freak off. So it's very interesting that his mother is wearing the same white nail polish.
Y'all know who else needs to be investigated?
Hold on, because we don't get her video. Shout out to Lovely T. Because that was Lovely T's voiceover. So I just want to shout out Lovely T. I like her content. Y'all know I've been watching Lovely T for a long time. So shout out to Lovely T on that. That was her video. But what do y'all think of that inappropriate ass video with Diddy and his sexual predator ass mama?
Super cringe. Super cringe.
I liked her nails.
You like her white nails?
Yeah, her nails are nice, actually, especially on old ladies.
I mean, Cardi B said her toes are white. So maybe
I thought it was cute.
I think that Diddy and his mom likely has some sexual situations. Yeah, I don't. They look even more of a couple than anything.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, no, no.
And it's like she was showing it on purpose. Like, oh look, we kissed and look at my nails. I'm going to the freak out.
I didn't see any tongue. I don't know. I need to see more.
Yeah, no. So, Epstein, if you had a kid, you kissing your kid like that?
Girl, you know I ain't have no kids. You know you know.
But if you did though, you kissing your kid like that?
Your kid, your son, your grown man.
You about to kiss your son like that?
Son.
No, I think I think it's nasty, but I just still think her nose.
You one of them boy moms?
Yeah, I would be no mom. A plant mom. The hell?
What? You said a plant mom. So JD Vance would just hate your guts, right? Because you said you ain't even get no cat. You just go get.
No, I'm gonna get a couple Doberman.
I like my 2 cats.
2 of them.
Cece said Jay-Z or Diddy's mom used to be a prostitute, so he witnessed her have multiple men coming in and out. That explains a little bit of his deviant behavior.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah, the plot thickens.
And it would also kind of explain his disdain for women too.
Right. And his so little value on them other than besides sex.
Okay, let's get through this so I can read some of this book, because I need to go watch Themis' men's panel, because I just know it's janky and entertaining and trifling. So anyway, yeah, but listen to her because she owns to something. Listen to her because she kind of owns to something.
That mama, Diddy's mama, something about her has always given me the ick. I don't know what, but something about her has always like just gave madam. Like she knows exactly what's going on. I don't know. You can do anything to protect your kids, but yeah, somebody needs to question her and put her to the side too, because I know that she knows a lot more.
So my question is, where is Diddy's mom right now?
That if you have a son, you kissing your son like that? Ain't no way.
Where's the Diddy's mom right now? Because this is all I have to say. If I was Diddy's mom, that chick right there, oh no, she wouldn't get away with that. Like, so I'm just wondering where her mom is, because I'm just saying, if what that chick is saying is true, okay, which would mean to me, it would mean that his mom is pretty much the mastermind, because I mean, yeah, and she over there running her mouth real reckless, like, right?
His mom is giving queen pin.
I wonder if she really believes what she's saying. That's all I wonder.
I'm gonna go get these girls and groom them for you. And his mama is a pro. They need to go arrest his mom.
They should at least.
I need the FBI to go arrest that problematic ass, inappropriate kissing her son in a mouth ass mama of these.
You're a waterboarder for that alone, right?
Yeah, I surely would. It's like you out to their mind. Like, what you doing kissing her like that? She looked like she was kissing her man.
I can't. I missed it. I missed that.
So, Elizabeth Overson, aka Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead, has entered the chat. And she said she been done told y'all in her book how Diddy it down, but y'all ain't hear her though. Because really, Corinne Stephens is the original expo babe of all these bandits.
Oh, she sure is.
Corinne Stephens
Corinne.
being but if y'all want to really know about the industry and what they've been doing, because she done put T on JV, anybody in it, go buy Confessions of a Video Vixen.
Superhead. That's
Because
Superhead. Listen to
Corinne
her. She
Stephens
know.
been put out the tea, but that was before social media. Imagine if social media was around when Confession of a Video Vixen came out. Corinne Stephens would have broke the internet with Confession of a Video Vixen. It literally would have been all over social media. All over social media.
Is that it right there?
All kinds of memes. That's true.
Then,
Yep,
Everyone was talking about it. Everyone, I mean, I had the book. I didn't read it, but
I still
Ellen, that's the one you took from me.
I know there was a story in there about how.
No, that's the Ella. That's the Vixen Diaries. That's a different book.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Diary of a Video Vixen. That's
no, I have the Diary of a Video.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Y'all should go get that book.
Man, you sure should.
You should go get that book.
She about to get her coin. She about to get her coin because a lot of people about to get that book.
Well, and the thing is, they were threatening her life. Like, they literally wanted to kill Corinne Stephens after she put that book out, talking about all of those rappers and
Lil
even
Wayne
Fred Durst was in here. Like, even
Lil
Fred
Wayne
Durst was in here with his,
Lil Wayne couldn't stop talking about her head. And like all his songs.
Lil Wayne. She said she was in love with Lil Wayne. Every man in her life, even her husband, comes second to Lil Wayne. I don't know what type.
He was in love too.
Yeah, I don't know what type dick Lil Wayne
and
got.
He's so ugly. Oh man.
Maybe he's really nice.
I doubt it. He just seemed
Yeah, I don't think I want no dick like Lil Wayne's, whatever type dick he got. I don't think I want that.
It's definitely gargoyle dick. It's definitely gargoyle. Because he just
it's like demon lace, fentanyl lace dick. If she said he comes before her husband, like, girl, ain't no way.
I like his music though. I mean,
Moody Wayne ain't never been fine. Lil Wayne ain't never been fine.
Never. He ain't never gonna be fine. Nothing he can do to make him fine.
Even fine, been okay.
Yeah, the devil is lying. Wayne ain't never been fine. But anyway, so Elizabeth Overthink, better known as Superhead, this is foul, is speaking out about her relationship with Diddy, but she is not singing the same tune as his recent accusers. In a recent interview with the Daily Beast, Oberson claims she was gifted to Diddy by another high-powered music executive shortly after his 2001 breakup with Jennifer Lopez. In the interview, she details meeting Puff after that a long day of popping pills and drinking with other music execs. She explained how she met Diddy at a nightclub around 3 a.m. while leaving. She was introduced to him by the executive and claims all he said was, "Send her to my house," and that was it. I got the order to go to his house, and that was the first time he and I spent time. Now reflecting on past events, she claimed, "I realized that I was given to him as a gift by another executive." Now in the interview, Oberson goes on to detail how she knew what was expected of her when she got to the home. She stated she was no victim, and she went in with her eyes open, planning to capture the world in which everything goes. Of course, so she can write about it later. She went on to detail, you choose your pill, you take your champagne, and that's your vibe for the night. It's effing intense, and that was kind of a scene. On another occasion at Diddy's mansion on Miami Star Island, Stephen recalled it being like the Great Gatsby with men in tuxedo and topless women in angel wings, champagne and synchronized swimmers on the outside with group sex in the bathroom, trays of hors d'oeuvres, and drugs, pills being passed around on the inside. So I think what Black people ain't understanding is the drugs and the pills is what makes it illegal. Because you should probably be getting your consent before these people take drugs and alcohol, because anything else is considered rape.
And it's not like they
Right,
wouldn't sign
exactly.
consent forms at the door.
That's what I was thinking. He probably did if he had any sense.
It's
And
like
like the
easy
thing
peasy.
is, they would have signed consent door, but the problem, Diddy is I believe a sexual sadist. So a sexual sadist don't want the women to consent. He prefers to do it by force. Sexual sadists are about causing harm. That is what they get off on. They don't get off on consent. They get off really on a person's resistance, them not wanting it, and them overpowering the person and causing them harm and taking it anyway. That's how a sexual sadist works. So getting consent isn't anything that would interest a sexual sadist because they can't get off on a person consenting to having sex. They prefer that they don't consent. San John Zoe said J-Lo is next. Yeah, you do. Richard said you need consent to record someone naked on film. Yeah. Black people don't understand the law. They really don't. And they should be getting the law and psychology is two things that Black people should be studying around the clock. Unfortunately, they don't, and I don't know
Around
why.
the clock.
But they should definitely be studying psychology and law, because one thing that this whole Diddy situation has showed me is that Black people are fatally ignorant to the law, like completely ignorant to it. There's a bandit claiming Black China beat the brakes off of him. It's a man. Let me just flash on the screen for 2 seconds so y'all can see what she's saying he did to him. Then I'm gonna take it off because y'all know this YouTube and y'all know YouTube censor everything. So see it while you can. This is what he's saying she did to him.
Oh, goodness.
2, 3, 4, 5, and it's gone. Okay.
Wow.
So that's what he's saying she did to him.
With what?
It says during the alleged 2021 attack, Twin claims Angela White, aka Black China, punched him in his face with her closed fists, elbows, and knees. So he's basically saying she dropped balls on him, essentially. He says she pinned his arm down and he was unable to defend himself. I don't believe that.
What is he? Like,
Now, ladies. Now.
See, he had me out. She punched him in the face. She pinned you down and you weren't able to defend yourself. No.
Was he drugged? He better put drugged in there too.
Yeah, I mean, he better, because he given bitch.
I mean, that's not nice.
It's not, but it's like, she's a woman. How big is this?
I don't believe she pinned him down like that.
Is she a skilled fighter? Is she a skilled fighter? Was he drunk? Was he drugged? I mean, I need more details, honestly. Right? I'm not going to say a woman could not
China is
do
small
this.
And skinny.
Huh?
Black China is small.
Yeah, Black China's not big. So what is he looking like in stature? Is what I'm wondering.
Right.
Let me see if I can find a picture.
And was there drugs involved? Because
I'll tell you.
Is he frail?
Come on now.
Vitamin deficient? Like, what is going on with his situation where he got beat up that? Was he?
And what did he say to her? What did he say to her?
This is him and this is her. I mean, her head is bigger than
his. Okay, yeah, it probably happened.
No, it probably didn't.
I still think that he need to have been drugged or something, honestly, tell you the truth. I don't believe it. I mean, she could have caught him slipping, not with her fist though. It wasn't going. Right. Did she jump on him? Like what? What are the details? What is this right here? It says, in addition, he also claims the abuse occurred.
Yeah, go ahead. You can read it.
In addition, he also claims the abuse occurred when she was drinking or using drugs. The man claims she would often try to strangle him and use household objects as weapons, which included wires, furniture, cell phones, and kitchen utensils to attack him. He's suing for more than $10 million in damages. Okay, I don't know. It's all kind of fishy. The thing is,
let me speak for. I think I can
give him the money
for Black China when I say she ain't got it.
She ain't got it.
She don't have $10 million.
But I mean, she has the potential to get it, and that's a problem right there.
Black China don't got no $10 million. I think
She
we
does not
already
have
know.
10 million. Nope, she does not. But the thing is, if you sue her, and it's not like she does not have the potential to get millions of dollars. Like she can get, she could stumble upon some millions.
Maybe.
She didn't become a Christian for no reason. She got something up her little sleazy
She
sleeve.
needs to
If you
start
think
training women in self-defense. If she's doing that to a man, I would
She
take her
does.
class. I would take her class. But she can get
All
that.
right. Y'all want to read?
Yes, let's hear some stuff.
Y'all want to read something?
What's that?
She's got
The Kim's Lost Words book.
maybe
Oh,
she'll send you a
It's
no,
few
supposed to be a book.
because I don't like your attitude towards her. And
No, maybe
no,
she'll feel differently after she learned about her. Yes,
No,
It's
she gonna have
supposed
to
to
read
be
it on her
a
own.
book that was made out of her diary entries.
Yeah, and you popped off like that before reading that book. Brave, brave. Wow.
she can no, please no, because it's good to see it when somebody learns things about the person if
Their perspective will change. Yeah,
Right,
that's
so
good.
let's-
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But I'm ready to just pop off.
So it says disclaimers. One of Kim Porter's final wishes was for her memoir diary to be made public. Out of protection for certain parties and their potential criminal activities, some celebrities, performers, and events have been represented with X's due to their highly explosive nature. At some point in the future, this information will be revealed to the public. Regarding Kim's sudden death, and the mysterious illness of Al B. Shore and Jamie Foxx, evidence does exist that points to foul play and or poisoning. So that was on this first page here.
So who wrote that book? Because someone's saying a waiter wrote that, and it's not true. So is it? I'm just wondering.
It says Kimberly Potter. Yeah, I
Pink
mean,
Power
there's
Empire.
editors.
So they're saying Kim wrote it. A lot of people are saying, not a lot of people, but some people are saying this book is fake. Mainly Diddy's sons.
Of course.
What
Saying,
about his daughters,
my mom was never writing a book. Well, why would your mom have told you? Even if she was writing a book on Diddy, why would she have told you?
And that's her diary. Like, it's not a book. Like, they took her diary and changed it into a book. So, yeah, she wasn't writing a book. She was writing her diary.
But it's always been speculated that she was writing a book. From the time that she was born, it says that she was, from the time that she was, from the time that she was killed, people were talking about she was writing a book. That was always the rumor. It was always the rumor. But anyway, we'll read some of it. So here we go. Each chapter is just one page. So this is just a table of content. This is just page 1. Chapter 1, Introduction. Soon after high school, I started landing modeling jobs. I couldn't believe it. It was all happening so fast. I met my husband, father of my oldest child, and one of my oldest friends in life, Al B. Shore. It was a whirlwind romance. I was only 19 when we married, and no, it didn't work out. Al is still one of my best friends to this day. Our son, Quincy, is such a talented and wonderful young man. At that time, I had no idea my relationship with Al was going to introduce me to the man I would spend the better part of my adult life with, a man whom I would love and cherish, but eventually fear and hate. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I will say, although I knew what was going on, I turned a blind eye many times. Here I have to tell this truth, unfortunately, because deep down I knew everything was happening, but I lied to myself a lot. So if this is from Kim Porter's diary entries, it kind of sounds like she's saying some of the same things I was just saying to y'all. So she knew what was going on. She turned a blind eye. She left her daughters unprotected. He was so charming, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a devil, and I fell for it. The story must be told despite the fact it will hurt my children. I cannot hide it any longer. Sean Combs must be stopped. That's what the end of that.
It is. To me, honestly, just my first impression is like, stop playing in my face.
Okay, so this is chapter 2. It says humble beginnings. I was born to loving parents, Jake Porter and Sarah L. Porter, in the Peach State of Georgia, all through Columbus High School, where I graduated in 1988. Wow. So I was 4 when she graduated high school. I knew I was going to be famous. In the 10th grade, so what y'all are projecting on Cassie, if this is true, that was actually Kim Porter's mindset. She wanted to be famous. Because y'all were in there saying, oh, well, Cassie, she sat there, she was blinded by the glamour of it. Kind of sounds like if this is true, that was actually Kim Porter. So that's why she said. But anyway, in the 10th grade, one of my best friends, Tina, said to me, you won't make it here in Georgia. I knew if I really wanted to be famous, I would have to leave my hometown and my home, Georgia. That conversation was so important. As I look back now, it changed my life. I met Al while I was working in the industry. He was so dope and charming, and I had such a crush on him. We were married before I knew it, and Quincy was on the way, but I was young, and it just felt like it wasn't going to last. It was a little heated between us after we separated, but we got past that quickly. He is just a super dope guy and an amazing father. Though we separated, we are forever bonded through Quincy. Thank you, Al. I will always love you. When I met Sean, he was cool. I didn't think much of him at the time. He was just another guy at the label. Uptown was huge, and we were all living our best lives. But Sean continued to lay on the charm, and before I knew it, we were dating. As a young single mom at one of the hottest companies in the world, life couldn't get any better. Then it did. My boyfriend was getting even bigger. He and Clive would hang out a lot, but I didn't think anything. Yeah, they're saying Clive Davis groomed Diddy, but it's kind of looking like his mama groomed them.
No,
So,
it's also looking like Clive did too.
Clive, Diddy's mama was over there grooming. The way she kissed her son is giving grooming. Anyway. It says, I mean, that was his boss, and he was doing things bigger than most men dare to even dream. Then it happened. I mean, okay, I was a little bit of a freak. I really enjoyed myself with my partner, and toys are one thing, but I never imagined having a man I was dating asking me to use a toy on him. The first time he said he just wanted to experiment, try something new. I was grossed out, but he kept begging. He said it would only be this one time, and he was just curious. I was only 20 at the time. I said, what the hell? I hated it. He bled from it, and there was shit on it. I left him alone after that.
No, she didn't. He loved it too. He was like,
woo! So again, people have been said the book is capped. We go read it anyway. We go determine for ourselves what we want to believe and what sounds true. So it says chapter 3, second chances. Sean kept reaching out and I kept ignoring his calls. Eventually, in a few weeks, we ran into each other at an event. He came over and sat next to me. We were cordial. He flattered me by saying, you look so amazing. I replied with a simple thanks, Sean. I tried to get up to leave, but he pulled my arm. As I turned to him, he looked deep into my eyes and said, look, what happened between us was weird, but I really care about you. He paused, and I tried to use this as my attempt to escape. I pulled my hand back and said, sorry, Sean, I have to go. Please, I think I'm falling in love with you. Can we talk? My breath was taken away. Did he say he loved me? It was so fast. I wasn't aware of this as his manipulation tactic. Not yet. God, I was so young, so naive. He continued, let's just have dinner. And I fell for it. 2 days later, we went out for a drink at a lounge in Lower Manhattan. The place was nice. Sean was really coming up and pulling out all the stops to impress me. He pulled the chair out for me to sit. Back then, he was always a gentleman. He smiled and said, look, as he sat across from me. I hated it and I never want to do it again. Give me another chance. Over coffee the next morning, I decided to give him another chance. Of course you did. D said 50 Shades of Diddy. It's probably giving that a little bit. It probably is. For the next year and a half, things seemed pretty normal. It was fun. Things were great, were going great, and we were living the dream that I dreamt about throughout my youth. Sean and Clyde were working on Bad Boy, and he had his first couple of artists. He picked up Craig Mack, then some rapper from the West Coast called Notorious B, to help Chris develop. He was collaborating with the biggest names in hip hop to make it happen. Things could not be more amazing. Then he asked me to do it again. It was insane. Sean said, "Baby, I can't stop thinking about it. What the hell are you talking about?" I responded. Sean continued, "I just can't stop thinking about that night. It was amazing. Can you screw me one more time, please?" I became infuriated. "Why don't you go to Clyde? He is the one screwing you, isn't he?" I don't know that I believe this. Right. Where are y'all at with believing it? I think I was believing it up until this.
I stopped believing it like after the third paragraph.
I feel like somebody just went to AI and said, make a journal from the perspective of whatchamacallit, as if she was in a relationship with him. And then AI was like, okay.
Let me see if I can do that with Chat GTP. Let me see. What I'll pull up. Actually, let me see. We gonna see right now if we can AI generate a journal entry. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. We gonna do it together.
Because if we can, I'm making a bunch of them from everybody's perspective. The kids, J-Lo. That one's gonna be juicy.
The dogs.
Okay, so right.
Like, and don't just say Bow Wow too.
A journal entry from the perspective of Kim Porter.
No, don't do Kim. Do Cassidy. Because there's a lot of news about Cassidy, and there's not
That
too much
bitch.
about Kim.
But I wanna see what it would come up with. This is
Okay.
Chat GTP.
Okay.
So this is what it put on here.
You know,
Journal entry, November 15th, 2018. Today feels heavy. This ain't this when she died? Hold on, I think this is when she died. I'm going to. When did Kim Porter November 15th, 2018?
Is that when she died?
That's when she died.
Okay, so this is their generation of yes.
Yeah, so Chat GTP came up, said, "Today feels heavy. I can't help but reflect on everything we shared over the years. Diddy and I, our life, our kids. Sometimes it feels like we're living in two different worlds, yet we're always drawn back to each other. I remember the first time we met, his energy was magnetic and I was captivated. From the parties to the late night conversations, there was never a dull moment. But beyond the glitz, I know him in ways few do. He has a big heart, especially when it comes to our children. He lights up when he talks about their dreams, and I see that glimmer of a proud father." So you think that they could have used this? Yet there's this tension. The industry pulls him in different directions, and I often wonder if he feels torn between his ambitions and his family. I wish he could see that it's okay to slow down sometimes to prioritize what truly matters. It's a balance we're still figuring out. So
all you
this
have to
is
do
what
is
ChatGPT would pull up. Notice how there's no details of abuse, no details of harm, no details of other people.
Right. But all you have to do is put in the details of abuse and then tell it to add that to it, and it will do it.
Okay, let's
will.
see.
It'll do it,
see.
and it'll be very convincing.
Yeah, let's see.
I can't believe you haven't done this before.
I have. Oh.
Write a journal entry from the perspective of Kim.
Of the killer. Oh, just say from the
Hold on,
perspective
wait
of the killer.
Diddy abuse Cassie Ventura. Let's see what it comes up.
If you might
I'm
have
sorry,
to add
I
the
can't
details
assist with
because it doesn't know. But if you don't,
look at what it said. It said, I'm sorry, I can't assist with that.
right? Because you have to add the details.
Well, if you add in the details, I did
So
add
this is
the
what I would
details.
do.
The
This is what I
details is
would
Kim
do.
Porter witnessing Diddy abuse Cassie.
No, right. This is what I would do. I would copy everything that was put in there, and then remember how there was a video of Cassidy being beat, and you could say write a journal entry and the perspective of Cassidy on the date where she was at the hotel on this day, and then when Diddy came in and did all these, and then say what
Okay,
Diddy did,
so
and it would do that.
a journal entry from we're trying to see if somebody could have faked the book about Kim Porter with ChatGPT with AI of Kim Porter.
That's easily
It
done.
wasn't Kim, it was Cassidy. Just do Cassidy. Because you know a bunch of details about Cassidy.
I thought her name was Cassie for one.
Whatever, yeah, whatever. I don't know. But I mean, I seen that video of her getting jacked up. So if you say make a journal entry of in the perspective of Cassidy, the night where that she had that interaction with Diddy, where he beat her in the elevator and dragged her back to the room and kicked her and punched her, and then
yeah, you don't need listen. You don't need to add the details. No, you don't. Cause watch. Well, I'm gonna show you how you don't. Write a paragraph on the effects of the crack epidemic.
right, but
On
that's
the Black community. No, I'm just all I'm doing is
create something fraudulent with AI.
telling it to write something on something that actually happened. Look what it's gonna do.
right.
That's not how you should use it.
The crack epidemic had devastating effects on the Black community, exacerbating existing social and economic challenges that led to a surge in addiction rates, resulting in significant health crisis. So you don't have to give it the information. If the information is there, it'll pull it up.
Right, but if we're being
specific, you can feed it information, Cynthia.
Right, what I'm saying, if we're trying to be specific, you can feed in information, and it will make
you can say write a story. You don't say. You can say write a story about the things that happened. Da, 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 the woman did this. Da, 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 her name was Cassie. Da, 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 and then it'll do it. It will do it. But you can't say write a story about Cassie and the incident that happened and da 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 da. You're not going to get anything that way. You actually have to tell the story. Tell them to tell the story.
Right. Give it the
But you don't though. I'm showing you. You don't have to tell the story.
But
okay, you don't have to, but you absolutely can if you want to be.
If you write a story about Cynthia G.
Oh my God, that's not what I mean. Okay, it will write you a story, but it's not going to be the narrative that you want. If you can make it, tell you the story that you want it to tell you. When I want to threaten somebody, never mind. You know what? Never mind.
So here's this thing. This thing done came on here and pulled information from the internet to write this story. So if the information is out there, AI will pull it. They'll pull it if the information is out there. So you don't need to feed it information. If the information is there, it'll pull the information up.
Right. So that's exactly true. But what I'm saying is, if you want something specific, then you have to give it the specifications that you're looking for. But you didn't ask for anything specific, so of course you just said write me a story. But if you want it to be a journal entry that seems like, she wrote it based off of information that you know and the dates and everything, you have to give it the exactness that you want. If you want,
but who would do that? But who would do that when it will
make some quick money? It can make some quick money.
I would.
But here's the thing.
She said I
would. Her diary entries can't just reflect the blogs and what's been put in the news. It has to contain some information that has not been released to the public. It has to. So that's why I'm saying, even if they did fabricate this book, they couldn't have created it by AI at all, because AI is going to only pull information that's already out.
Right.
This is supposed to be her lost words, meaning stuff that ain't. So they wouldn't have been able to pull this from AI.
Right.
But I'm not saying that the book is authentic. I'm not saying the book is authentic. I don't know if it is. I don't believe this part right here. I don't know. I don't believe this part. I don't believe that then he asked me to do it again.
I think he would ask her to do it again. And the reason being,
And then her saying, why don't you go to Clive? He the one that you screwing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So you were sitting up here knowingly having
that's the
sex
part I
with
believe the
him,
most.
with another man?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's the part I believe. I believe that part the most. I think everybody knew that Clive was getting some of everybody. Like Clive was tapping ass. Yeah.
But then she stayed with him after she said that to him.
It says
I think it was known among them what Clive was doing. I think all of them knew that they had to pay the Clive tax.
With me, this was the first time, but he slapped me hard. Before I could form words, he began to beg. I'm sorry, holding my cheeks where he hit me. I turned and ran off. That should have been it, but I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. He sent flowers and a bunch of expensive gifts. Then we bumped into each other at another industry event. He sat down next to me. This was deja vu. Sean started, imagine running into you here. Get the fuck away from me, I forced out. He became more serious as he said, look, baby, I'm sorry, but I just glared at him. There is nothing you can ever say to me, nothing. After an awkward silence, he finished, you know I love you. I love your son. He's my son. I don't know how to fix this, but I'll do anything. I'm sorry, shit. He can be so sweet. Here we go with the love thing. This time, it's not falling in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start calling Cap too.
And those gargoyle eyes. She looked into those gargoyle eyes, and it was
this is according to her. This would be after a month of meeting him. He's saying your son is my son.
I mean, and he started. She signed all the way up.
She was like, is claiming another person's son within a month of meeting him.
I mean,
He's
that's grooming.
That's called love bombing.
I wonder if he hit the. I just wonder what his relationship with her son ended up being like. What does he know?
Somebody said, did Diddy touch her son, Quincy?
That's what I'm wondering. I guess there will be a book about that. I mean, because if I was her son, I'd write a book regardless.
Yeah, it says he was great with Quincy, and to be honest, despite everything, I missed him. As he stood to walk away, I remember hearing myself saying, call me later. What the fuck is wrong with me? This ain't adding up. It's like, girl, you just met this man. Oh, no, she said for a year and a half, things seemed pretty normal. Okay. Fine. They nearly two years in. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, chapter 4, forgiveness. Sean arrived with flowers in hand. He wanted to see Quincy. He was so good with him. And Quincy ran over to hug him. I felt my heart melting. He asked Quincy, how you doing, Tiger? Quincy looked so innocent as he responded, I'm good. I miss you. Sean's response sounded genuine. I miss you too. We'll hang out tomorrow, okay? Sean gave him a little love tap on the butt. It's bedtime, Quincy replied. Okay, good night, as he turned and headed toward his bedroom. Here was the man I fell in love with, but what was I thinking? Shit, not only does he want butt plugs, he slapped the shit out of me, so why am I still talking to him? They say that love is blind, but it is stupid. But it is stupid too. People are stupid. Like,
that's why Cynthia don't like you now, because how stupid you was.
Yeah, and they use love as an excuse for why they're.
Well, and the thing is, he's not gonna be saying he into gay stuff, asking me to plug his booty, and then go say he loved my son and trying to get close and he miss him. No, you don't. Never gay and predator. Sorry, bro. No.
She said, as Quincy left, Sean looked at me and smiled. Baby, let's go have some fun. The babysitter is on the way. I just want to show you a good time. I was so mad at myself for melting as I said, okay. We sat on the couch laughing and genuinely having a good time when the doorbell rang. The babysitter had arrived, and so we left. As we exited the house, a big man climbed out of the limo and opened the door for us. He wore a shark suit with a gun noticeably tucked under his arm. I thought to myself, he could have made it invisible, or did he want me to see it? Despite my reservations, Gene was a sweetheart. He was very courteous and polite as he tapped his head and said, "Good evening, ma'am." Gene drew a smile out of me as I responded, "Hello." Gene and I would see each other a lot after this day. I'm assuming she's talking about Gene Deal, who was Diddy's ex-bodyguard, who also came out and said he witnessed Diddy beating Cassie and Kim. The year passed, and thankfully we didn't have many bad arguments, although Sean was strangely getting into voodoo. He would put curses on people, and I wasn't sure how to respond to that craziness. Keep in mind, it's obvious he was into voodoo because he had Urzuli Dantor tattooed on his back, so obviously he's into voodoo.
Those rituals. No.
She said, my problem as a single mother was I wanted to be married. He always had excuses and delays when it came to committing to marriage. His label was blowing up, Biggie dropped, and it was just about over. He also signed Mary J. Blige, and of course, when I found out he slept with her, we fought. He claimed it was a mistake, and my stupid ass took him back again. Sean asked me for a threesome with her. At first, I was mad, but Mary was beautiful. It was our first threesome, and I loved it. Mary was sexy. Huh?
She's like, well, hell, she's fine. So
yeah.
That wasn't her first threesome anyway.
She said Mary was sexy. I would not be doing this a lot, but it was so hot. I was young and exploring my sexuality was enticing. Over the years, we brought other women into our bedroom periodically, and we were happy. This is until one day I came home to a situation that went from awkward to a nightmare. Quincy was with the babysitter, and Sean was sitting with Al B. Shore at the dinner table. I had a child with Al, and Sean was the father in Quincy's life. The awkwardness of all of us being together had dissolved a long time ago, but it was still weird that they were here in my home together alone. I sat down and we had drinks. It was fun. The conversation was cool until it wasn't. Al was a little loose after a couple of drinks. I remember him saying, "It's still weird seeing you with my friend, but you're happy, so I'm happy for you guys." Sean responded, "Thanks, man. Me and you, we've shared so much." Al replied, "Coolly, word." The conversation took an odd and awkward turn when Sean said, "We all been together sexually, but not together." I was shocked for a moment as quietness lingered in the room. I asked, "What do you mean by all together?" You ain't that dumb to where so you don't know this man is saying you, him, and Al should have a threesome? Girl.
She was innocent.
Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. "You know how we sometimes invite other people into our bed?" I couldn't believe it. "Oh, hell no, Sean. This is my son's father." Al, say something. What Al said was mind-boggling. "I don't know. It could be kind of hot. I miss you in that way." Although I couldn't believe Sean would do this, the truth was I still cared about Al, and this could be very happy. I just didn't want to mess up my relationship, and if things became awkward, how would it affect Quincy? So I asked, "Are you both sure?" I imagined both of them inside of me. I knew this would be awkward sexually. There would be some bumping of genitals, but what happened next, I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams.
do tell.
So this is where there's a bunch of X's here. See at the bottom here, there's all these X's.
So they are not saying the names of anyone?
Yeah, so they're not saying the names. It says, "I couldn't believe it. I stood there in shock, but when Sean XXX, I ran out of the room. This was too much. I couldn't." Sean called out to me, "Oh, come on, Kimmy. They didn't chase after me." I think she's maybe implying that Al and Diddy were having sex with each other.
Well, she implied that they were before because he said he missed them, and he also said we've all had sex together, but not all together. So I mean,
Yeah,
That is not how I took that.
what he was saying is I had sex with you and he had sex with you, but both of us
and
never
we've
had
had sex
sex
with each other, but we haven't had.
Yeah, so I
sex
think
other-
it's implied
right.
that they
It
would
could be. It's loosely implied, very loosely
yeah.
implied.
Oh wow!
It says I couldn't get the image out of my mind. I couldn't be with Sean for a while, but that wouldn't be the last time I saw Sean in a compromising position, not by a long shot. One day I found the vault where he kept all of his encounters with men. Yes, he kept a record of it, but that's for later.
Because he happy about his numbers. She the
So
one sitting there
I'll
trying
read
to.
this next chapter and then I'm going to get off of here. It says Pac. This chapter is called Pac.
POC, Pac, like Tupac, or
Pac, like Tupac.
PAC, yeah.
Like the Tupac, like the rapper.
Because I was like, chicken pox? I was like, oh, okay. It's pack.
Just saying said he had sex with Al. Because Al B. Shore said this book is fake too. But she said this, Maui girl said this is why Al said it's not true because he didn't want to admit he had gay sex. Well,
yeah.
Let's read this one on Tupac. It says Biggie took over East Coast hip hop and Sean was the brilliant mind that orchestrated it. He hired people to teach Chris how to flow and write his lyrics. He hired the best producers to do the book beats, although he took credit for them. And the music was unstoppable. At this point, Sean was sleeping with all the powerful players, and everyone that wanted to do music wanted to be a bad boy. Sean wheeled and dealed in a way that would have been unthinkable to many. He slept with the guys that really controlled the music to stay on top. A lot of the names average people have never heard of. These are the guys that make the decisions on who is winning and who is not. He hosted parties that were just a fancy name for orgies, and everyone wanted in. When I met Tupac, Sean and I had an open relationship, and yes, I slept with Pac. Shit, he was sexy. Sean didn't mind. Well, not until he tried to get Pac to join both of us. Pac was not good with that. This is where the relationship between them became strained. Tupac wasn't going to accept Sean's advances. Tupac wasn't gay, and he was pissed about the advances. We were all in Sean's house. I was drinking, they were smoking, and everyone was just relaxing. Sean came in, and what I'm sure he would call a smooth approach. My baby is bad, isn't she? Pac threw me a sly smile. Hell yeah. I felt myself blush. Sean was now in full swing. You think you hit it better than me? I couldn't believe he disrespected me that way. I was not playing with my response. Sean, what the fuck? Pac came to my defense. Damn, bro, you ain't got to do the sister that way. Tupac appeared upset behind Sean's words, but Sean went in for the kill regardless. I think my dick's bigger than yours. I bet I can make her come faster than you. What's up? Pac was appalled. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? I ain't trying to run no fucking train. Sean continued. What you scared of? Let's see who fucks better. Let her be the judge. Yes, at this point, we had been inviting others into our bed for a while, but I am not used to and will not stand for disrespect. You, girl, you been getting disrespected. You been. She wasn't used to this man was beating on her.
Well, not in front of Tupac. She's like, in front of Tupac?
Because it's like, girl, you don't go ahead.
Not in front of Tupac.
Right. He not gonna disrespect her in front
So
of
Sean continue. What you scared of? Let's see who fucks better. Let's be the judge. I wasn't the only one upset. Pac shouted, nigga, you talking about pulling your fucking dick out. Sean was undaunted. What you scared? Tupac simply left. And
exactly.
What are we, 12? Like
this really did happen. Tupac probably left to avoid killing him. Probably. That's what probably happened. If this happened, I could see Tupac leaving so he don't kill him. Things were contentious since then. The two could not be in the same room. Pac avoided me as much as he did Sean. When they did bump into each other, the tension was palpable. It felt like blows could be thrown at any moment. Months passed with only the tension between them. It was uncomfortable, but nothing life or death. Then one day while we were at a studio, it happened. I walked into Sean's office and he was having the conversation. Sean sat across from Jimmy Hinchman. Pac, don't leave that fucking studio alive. I don't think I was supposed to hear it. I continued as if I didn't. Hey, Sean, good morning, Jimmy. They didn't seem to think I heard anything. I'm ordering breakfast. Smiling, Sean replied first. Let me get eggs sunny side up with grits and an orange juice. I could see he was hungover. Good. I don't want him knowing I know anything. If he just put a hit on Pac, knowing something could be dangerous. Jimmy, apparently not hungry, said nothing for me. As he stood to exit the room, he said to Sean, let's make that happen. Then nodded to me and said, Kim, always a pleasure. With a wink to me and a nod to Sean, he turned and walked out. Jimmy was part of our quote-unquote intimate circle. I went on as if nothing was happening. I'll make the call now. I smiled as I left, hoping I wasn't white as a sheep. I wasn't in the studio the night Pac survived being shot, thank God. From what I understand, Sean and Chris saw Pac at the studio after he had been shot and did nothing. The way God works, after being shot, Pac made it to the elevator and tried to escape, but it stopped at the floor Sean and Chris were on. When the doors opened, they saw him lying on the elevator floor, riddled with bullets. The fact that they didn't call an ambulance, although they saw Pac laying there swimming in a pool of his own blood, would be all the evidence Pac ever needed. He, of course, assumed they placed the hit, and Pac is the soldier. This is not something that will be unanswered. Tupac didn't do well. He lost to Texaco, but he survived. I didn't know they shot one of his balls off.
Damn, I did not know that. Because I'm surprised.
He wasn't trying to give it. He was
I
wanted some of that. He wasn't trying to give it. They said, if I can't have that ball, you don't.
Chris is big.
That's all I would have been rapping about for the next 2 years. All I've been rapping about is him having one ball. I can't. Missed opportunity.
Authentic Chris is Biggie, aka Christopher Wallace. Diddy refers to him as Chris too when he rap about him. Remember, picture the Christopher on the wall, picture the Christopher on the wall all in my condo. And then he said, I don't fuck with fake hoes. All I touch is J-Lo's. All I drink is my shit. Soeaks from the caseload. Movies is my next hit. Anyway, I like the song.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, he of course assumed they placed a hit, and Pac is a soldier. This is not something that will be unanswered. Tupac didn't do well. He lost a nut, but he survived. It was orchestrated, and Sean Puffy Combs was the orchestrator. So I'm gonna leave it there. And
yeah, that's good. That's good. This is like 2
God,
hours.
you're so entertaining. Like
I'll go to 30 after. Send the wife. If it's I'll just go till 30. There's no point in stopping at 21 after. Let me just take it to 30. That's what it is. Chapter 7, threats. At this point, I knew I had to get away from him, but I was scared. Is he going to take my life if I try to escape? On February evening, I thought I found my opportunity at dinner after an event. We were at a ritzy restaurant in a private booth. It was an exclusive setup. We were alone, but we were in public. Perfect. Sean was on the phone talking to an unknown listener as he sat down. His words on that call will be etched into my mind forever. We're going to release Who Shot You Now? He waited for a response, then went on to say, of course they're going to think Big was talking about Pac. That's the whole fucking point. Nobody would give a fuck about a diss track against LL fucking Cool J. Do you know how much money we'll make with this kind of rap beef? Niggas battling over someone really got shot after someone really got shot. This was not the best time for this conversation. Sean was finishing up. We dropped that shit tomorrow. He listened into the phone, then responded. There's going to be blood in the streets. Niggas missed. Pac's alive. Let's capitalize on that shit. When he responds, it's just going to mean more money. He turned around and looked at me, spoke back into the phone. I'll call you back. Then hung up and spoke to me. What's wrong? I tried my best to give a fake smile at what I heard. After all, me and Pac were intimate. I responded nothing. Sean wasn't fooled. Are you sure? His demeanor was threatening, but I responded as cool as I could muster to his intimidating stare. Yeah, of course. He took my hand saying, that's wonderful. He began to squeeze my hand until it hurt as he continued, because seeing you walk in the office while I was talking about killing that motherfucker and you not saying shit to me had me just a little concerned. His grip was starting to hurt badly. You're hurting me. As he continued, he squeezed tighter. You're pretending you didn't hear anything was the sign of your loyalty to me, not something I should be concerned with, right? I had no choice but to give him the answer he wanted. I knew I was trapped when I responded, of course I'm loyal to you. He let me go as he responded, good. And remember, I'm the big dick. It's giving little dick.
I'm the big dick.
I'm the big dick. It's almost believable until it's
Like,
like that. I'm the big dick.
Okay,
Yeah,
Billy, go. Like,
I don't even think people say that. Like,
yeah, it's giving Billy Goat rough, where he says, I'm the big Billy Goat rough. Like, really, if you don't go to the show, it's like, go sit your fucking ass down and get out of here.
all the way out.
It says, I snatched my hand back in pain. He smiled and said, let's start off with a good wine. He snapped his fingers as his favorite wine was poured for him. They knew what Sean wanted, and what he wanted, he got. I'm trapped. Now isn't the time for me to launch my escape plan. I have to be strategic. It's going to be hard to leave the glamour, the glitz, the lifestyle. I mean, this man just snapped his finger in one of the most exclusive restaurants in New York City, and they poured his drink of choice. So like I said, if this is true, Kim Porter was a willing participant because she liked the lifestyle. Everything that y'all been saying about Cassie looks like, if this is true, it was actually Kim Porter that y'all were projecting onto Cassie. Because she told
No,
y'all
it's just
why
both
she
of them. It's just both of them. It ain't either or.
No, because I saw a video when Cassie was actually trying to leave, and I saw when she was trying to leave, Diddy snatching her back and beating on her. That's what I saw.
No,
And
you saw them fighting. You saw her running, and you saw them fighting. You did not see her necessarily trying to leave.
Nobody saw them fighting. Nobody saw. Let's pull up that video now. Then nobody see no fighting.
They were not fighting.
No, that wasn't a fight. That was him stomping her out. There was no fight. There was him stomping her out. And she said she was trying to leave. And the attorney actually corroborated her story, because his attorney came out and tried that narrative that they were fighting. And
the fact that he ran.
No, he said
he ran out there putting his towel on.
Yeah, the attorney tried to say that they were fighting because Cassie stole from him and threw something at him. And then the attorneys came back and said, no, they had just got done having a freak off, and Cassie was trying to leave, and Diddy was stopping her from leaving. She didn't steal nothing. She was trying to escape, like she said. And they said
some of that baby oil.
Corroborated it, because they spoke to the hotel. They found out what was going on before that fight, and they said it wasn't Cassie stealing anything. She was trying to escape because he was forcing her to have sex with people she didn't want to have sex with.
Did they check her purse for baby oil? Because I think she was stealing baby oil.
So yeah, she said she didn't want to leave the lifestyle. And let it be known that Kim Porter never did leave, did he? She didn't leave him. She never did.
Oh my God, she didn't get a chance to. We'll just say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she is dead, and she didn't die of natural causes.
Well, Kim didn't leave. I don't know why just saying and saying, well, Kim left. No, Kim didn't leave. Kim was still there until allegedly Diddy killed her, or until she died from pneumonia, which is what they said was her cause of death. So no, Kim never left, actually. She never left. So it says, I mean, yeah, The bottle of wine is $800, and this is 1994. The list to get in this place is 6 months long if you are somebody. Mayor Giuliani has a table here tonight also. If I got up and walked out, I would be safe, but what about tomorrow? I had to think. He sipped his wine and smiled, "You're not drinking?" He pointed at my glass, and of course a waiter filled it. They knew what I liked as well. Sean has a bad temper. He yells sometimes, and okay, he roughed me up once or twice, but he never punched me, he never bruised me, and he never hit Quincy. I would not have stood for that. He never laid a hand on my son. At that time, I never thought of him touching Quincy in that way. Then the significance of what he said hit me. Is he mad at Tupac over me? I'm the big dick? Oh my God, the last time he put his hands on me, it was because I enjoyed Jamie Foxx too much. Shit, it sounds like Kim was the industry pass around, really. That's what
definitely having some enjoyment.
Porter was the industry pass around, and it's giving, yeah, he was beating on her, but she weighed it against the lifestyle and decided that staying in the lifestyle was worth the beatings that she was taking. That's what it was given, assuming this is true. But even if this is not true, we can make the same assumption because Kim never left Diddy despite him beating her. That we know for a fact. What we know for
you can make the same.
Kim didn't leave, Kim died. And they're saying she died because of pneumonia. So
now we starting to believe it. Huh?
It says shit. But look, it says shit. He enjoyed Jamie too. He gets so insanely jealous. It's not fair. He wants to bring other men into the bedroom, but gets jealous when he does. Damn, you're quiet tonight, he said, snapping me back into the present. I asked the question that was burning in my mind since I walked into that office. What does Chris think of this? He looked at me coolly and said, his fat ass better just keep doing music. Now, that do sound like Diddy. We ain't gonna say it though.
Yeah, that does.
A third guest was escorted over by security. Sean motioned for him to sit. A waiter walked over to Sean Carter and asked, would you like something? Ain't that Jay-Z?
It is.
Sean Carter?
Exactly. Yep, that's Jay-Z.
I thought Sean Carter was Jay-Z.
Yes.
Carter responded, no, thank you, then said hello to me with a smile. Smiling, I responded, hey, Carter, and took a sip of my drink. The Seans may share a bed together from time to time, but thankfully, I was never asked to join.
Wow.
Diddy has been bosom buddies with Jay-Z for a very long time. This is why all those pictures keep showing with Jay-Z and Beyonce at these Diddy parties. But we'll just say it is what it is, even though a lot of these rumors been around forever. So whatever. It looks like in here she's asserting, if this is true, that Diddy and Jay-Z got it in. So Carter went on to speak to Sean. I thought we were meeting in private. Sean replied with a nonchalant shrug. I had to discuss something with her. It's fine. Go ahead. He wielded this kind of power. How is this power?
Intimidation? Who knows?
Carter shifted uncomfortably in his chair before continuing. It's true. Chris and Pac were about to start their own label. They're saying Biggie and Tupac was going to start their own label. Mm-hmm. Maui girl, yes. This book is saying that Jamie Foxx and Jay-Z slept with Diddy. That's what it's saying. Actually, it said Jay-Z regularly slept with Diddy. Quite often, actually.
And it also kind of says that Jamie Foxx and him regularly, that was a habitual situation as well. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just trying to find where I was at. Sean slapped his fist against the table. Doesn't anyone have any fucking loyalty? Carter? Well, that's not happening now, right? Sean peered at Carter with distrust. Why the fuck are you all so eager to share this with me? My question is, if Biggie and Tupac was alive now, where do you think Jay-Z and Diddy would be? That's just my question. Where do you think Jay-Z and Diddy would be if
Well, I don't
Tupac
think Diddy
and
would be
Biggie were still
anywhere.
alive?
I don't know about Jay-Z. I'm not from
I don't think Jay-Z would be running around as the best rapper.
Oh no,
Diddy
Well, he
absolutely.
was
definitely
the
came up
25
after Diddy
They both
definitely came
did.
up after Fat
after
Boy.
Biggie. Yeah,
Yeah,
after Diddy soared after Biggie and Tupac died.
sure
Right.
did. And before he was just a hype man, as I said before. Hmm.
Kim Porter wasn't going to leave. Chakra Love said maybe she was going to leave and he unalived her just like she feared. Or maybe
That's what I think.
she didn't want to leave because of the lifestyle that she was accustomed to, and she knew she wouldn't get that lifestyle as a regular day. So anyway, it say Chris is your man. Fuck, he brought you on, and you stabbing him in the back. Carter responded with indignity. First, I'm tired of being that nigga's son. I need to come out from under his damn shadow. Sean smiled slightly. Okay, I respect that. Carter kept going. On top of that, this nigga is making that move, and it should have been with me. Sean looked at Carter blankly. Pop put Chris on. You know this. What's this really all about, Carter? Don't fucking try to play me. The Jay-Z of today wasn't born yet. This young Sean Carter was in over his head. Cornered, he had to spill it out. I want his spot. Ambition. Now, this is a man I can work with. Sean made a grandiose gesture towards Carter. Waiter, get this motherfucker whatever he wants. Carter smiled. Thank you, Sean responded. Honesty and ambition. We're going to make a lot of bread together. Carter ordered a drink. As he stated again, guess he won't be leaving with that nigga to do their own label now. Sean responded with his normal air of arrogance. Why don't you let me worry about that? I took this as my cue to escape. I told Sean, I'm going to go ahead and get back to Quincy. Sean was wrapped up in his conversation with Carter and barely noticed as he excused me. Have the limo drop you off. We didn't eat. He didn't care. I smiled and kissed him on the cheek and left. So I'm ended there.
Goodness gracious, that's a lot. I need to read this book. Like, are you gonna read it like on here? Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it.
We on page 20. So I'm gonna read some more of this. It's on Amazon.
I'm about
For
to
like
order it.
$20.
I'm about to order and just sit up and read it.
I remain disinterested.
It's just 60 pages, so you can have that read in like an hour. So
Right. Goodness.
No.
I just
You
want
could have
to
read it.
I'm loving it. I mean, it's just I do believe some of the details. If it is a lie, they were really good at mixing some truth in with the lies.
Well, because here's the thing: the reality of it is while Biggie and Tupac was out, Jay-Z and Diddy were not popular. They did not become popular until after Tupac and Biggie died. So here's the thing. Eventually, we're going to find out anyway. Too many people is tying Diddy to Tupac's murder. So, yeah. And so,
a lot of other people's as well.
I guarantee you the FBI ain't turning a blind eye to all these rumors of Diddy orchestrating Tupac's death. I promise you they not turning blind eyes to him. Even the allegation being it is, because that's the allegation we just read, they gonna still look into it. You think they go? You think this is suggesting? First of all, there's no statute of limitations on murder. We just go get that straight. There's none. But if you think a book is gonna be out that alleges that there was a conspiracy to kill two men who we now know are dead and have been dead for a long time, if y'all think they ain't gonna look into this, you're naive.
Exactly.
They gonna look into it. They gonna look into it because the reason they gonna look into it is because there's no statute of limitations on murder.
Well, you need a lot of details too.
And it's hella interesting.
Yeah, they are, and the feds are patient. I'm not gonna keep reading, but I might come back for a weekend read. Ella, do you want to just come back for a weekend read?
No, let's do it.
Because
it's like 5:37.
Yeah, because I need to get off of here. But Yeah, because I actually had a meeting at one.
You
I
ain't had no
said,
meeting.
and the
You
person just
ain't had no meeting.
I did. I'll tell you for what after I end the live stream. But yeah, we'll come do a weekend read. I don't know what time we're gonna do it yet, but we will do one. So when we do it, it's gonna be either on Saturday or Sunday. I know that. It'll be either on Saturday or Sunday. But we will do
Today is Friday, so are you talking about tomorrow or the next day? Or are you talking about
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow or Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
It tends to get
So
noisy
yeah,
in
so
our
we'll do that.
neighborhood.
But let me end the live stream. I gotta
Bye,
find.
everyone. Bye.
But I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yes, funny. I'm laughing.